अरे अब ठीक है. Yes. Hello and welcome to A for Arsenal after a long time, after 4 days. How are you guys? Whew, man, this weekend was very well. Personally, for me, it was good, but in terms of the game, bhai, it was such a stressful weekend. Um, yes, it's nice to see everyone. Eben is here, Vishal is here, Ayan is here, Abhinav is here. A lot of people left comments way before when I scheduled the stream. So thank you so much. Hey, Mukund, nice to see you. Love from Harvard. Oh, damn. Howard in the chat, Ivy in the chat. Chicken FC is finally getting cooked. Come on, you gunners. Bro, मेरे पास ना idea था. ठीक है. So yesterday by the time I landed, मैं land करके सीधा काम करने चला गया. And by the time I got home, I was super tired, bro. I worked on Friday. वर्क के बाद सीधा फ्लाइट ली, लंदन गया, लंदन में घूमा, मजे वजे करे, केम बैक, went to work straight from London. Just left the airport, metro station to work, and then came back home. I was super tired, dude, super tired. कुछ नहीं हुआ मुझसे. My plan was to record a video about the intro. Yeah, whenever it's a good result, एक अच्छा intro बनाने में मजा आता है. So the intro was supposed to be about cooking chicken, and then I was gonna do a cook through with Dak Sharma, and usme ingredients were Tottenham Hotspur and salty tears from Spurs fan. But theek hai, no problem. We are here live today. Saurabh says, "Come on, you Gunners!" Yes, come on, you Gunners. North London is red. Sick gaming. Yes, of course. I went to London. Yes, I went to London. I was in London for God, for the weekend. It was a damn nice time. 3-1 City. Who? अब ये किसका रिजल्ट है? यूनाइटेड 2-1 जीती, which by the way, let's अरे मैं इसको डालना भूल गया. I have to talk about the United game also. And yeah, man, let's talk about the game. That offside decision, man. Oh God, what a decision. Elite elite गलती हो गई वो भाई. अरे फटी पड़ी है. Only a week left and math syllabus is still pending. Only slept for 4 hours from last 48 hours. My friend, क्या कर रहे हो आप? ये सब तो लाइव शाइव चलते रहेंगे. थोड़ी पढ़ाई कर लो. एक हफ्ता बचा है. मैथ्स का एग्जाम है. ये एग्जाम का रिजल्ट थोड़ा परमानेंट रहता है, एटलीस्ट इन वीडियो से ज्यादा तो डेफिनेटली. स्टडी स्लीप अच्छे से, फिर पढ़ लो. कुछ नहीं और सारा हो जाएगा भाई. गिव योर सेल्फ 4 days टू प्रिपेयर प्रॉपरली. एंड मैंने इसे प्रिपेयर प्रॉपरली, आई मीन एक्चुअली प्रिपेयर प्रॉपरली, एंड सब बढ़िया होगा. Hey Puran, nice to see you. I just found that Copa American happened between 2015-16 without 4 years gap. Is this real and why? I don't know, Aman. Never followed the Copa America, so I don't really know. Teta chasing. Oh, bhai, that was a hilarious video. Hilarious video. Here we go. Saka and Emil Smithrow. Yes. Uh, Mudryk बिना खेले आर्सेनल के लिए सांप बन गया. We'll talk about Mudryk also, man. We'll talk about Edu. We'll talk about Mudryk. There's a lot to talk about when it comes to those things. But after the initial greetings and everything, once we get that out of the way, we'll talk about the North London derby first, and then we'll talk about the United game, and then we'll talk about Mudryk and all those transfer sagas. Um, yes. Now you will troll Man City, of course. Hello, Shantanu. How are you, man? That was pure offside. Rashford was interfering. Yes, old Trafford effect, nothing else. Yes, that was some decision. Howard Webb is at the helm, guys. What else do you expect? Thoughts on Rafinha interest 100 million. We'll talk about the Mudryk transfer and the effect it has on future transfers, bhai, because there is something which I don't think is right with that transfer. I don't know. That transfer will stay in football for the longest time, matlab memory mein. And it's going to be for reasons which I don't think will be all that pleasant. But I'm hoping I am just being a conspiracy theorist and I'm actually wrong. Conte leaves Spurs. We'll talk about that. Pending syllabus can't be covered, so planning to strengthen known topics. My friend, just look at the previous year's paper. There is usually a pattern within the last 5 years that some questions या फिर कुछ chapters के question हमेशा maximum markers में आते हैं. So try and do those chapters first, so you secure maximum marks. And in anyways, don't get stressed. स्ट्रेस से कभी कुछ नहीं होगा. एलएलएम टाइम स्ट्रीम से निकल जाओ, पढ़ने लग जाओ अगर इतनी भी डर लग रही है. अभी तो एक का रिलैक्स करना है. अच्छा, नो प्रॉब्लम. Arsenal, first away win. Yes, dude, that was huge. Okay. मुद्रिक की बात पहले कर लो। अच्छा, यू गाइस वांट टू टॉक अबाउट मुद्रिक फर्स्ट? राइस आ रहा है, योर ओपिनियन? ट्रांसफर भी करेंगे। लाइट वर्क लेन सेज डॉन रॉबी, ऑफ कोर्स। I have my CA exam and there is Arsenal versus United. Nervous for both. I'm sure you're more nervous about the CA exam, my friend. They deserve to win the match against Man City. I did. Okay, I should speed. Okay, let's talk about the game first. I want to talk about the game because I want to know कि आप लोगों का एक्सपीरियंस कैसे था नॉर्थ लंदन डार्बी का? जिसने भी मैच देखा है, अच्छी बात है। नहीं देखा, कोई बात नहीं, विल कवर इट। सो building up to the game, I was super nervous. I was in London. Unfortunately, मेरे और plans थे. I decided to be with my girlfriend, so I did not go to a pub or watch a screening or something. I did watch the match on my own. But I can tell you, the parts of London I was roaming around, there were a few Arsenal fans, there were a few Tottenham fans. पूरा vibe था. So I can tell you, when it comes to derbies, the North London derby is probably one of the biggest derbies in England. एंड काफ़ी अच्छी एक्साइटमेंट थी, मुझे तो थी, मेरे को तो नर्वसनेस भी थी। उधर मैच 4:30 बजे था, उधर इंडिया में आई थिंक 10 o'clock के आसपास होगा। एंड आई वाज थिंकिंग कि भाई दिस इज गोना गेट बैड। देन आई सॉ, आई मीन स्टार्टिंग लाइनअप्स देखे। स्टार्टिंग लाइनअप्स तो आई गेस प्रीटी मच कंसिस्टेंट ही है हमारे, राइट? हमारा बैक फोर सेम है, कीपर तो है ही है, मिडिल में भी सेम है और अटैकर्स भी सेम है। तो इससे दो बात होती है, वन, आर प्लेयर्स नो हाउ टू प्ले विद ईच अदर, एंड सेकंड दिखता है हमारे लैक ऑफ ऑप्शंस कितने हैं। वी कांट रियली चेंज एनीथिंग, या फिर हमारे स्टार्टिंग लाइनअप में कोई डिफरेंस नहीं आएगा अनलेस गैब्रियल जेसूस जैसा कोई कम्स बैक फ्रॉम इंजरी, राइट? मैंने स्पर्स का लाइनअप देखा, एंड स्पर्स का लाइनअप वाज एक्चुअली very very strange with Sessegnon being there, right? I wasn't expecting that, but another surprise for me was Richarlison. जो कह रहे थे 100% is going to be out, Richarlison was um, on the bench, and I was like, fuck. Agar if we don't get a goal in the first half, Richarlison's gonna come on, Spurs are gonna get like a nasty fucking goal, and then they're just gonna sit back. It was scary, right? Um, yeah, only 14 changes all season to our starting 11 in the PLS. Sick Gaming says very bad. I called sick from work was the best decision. What the game we owned them literally, right? So when the game started, you went for a pub. Nahi bhai, I didn't go to a pub. I decided to roam around London with my girlfriend since I hadn't seen her for a few months. तो मैंने सोचा उसके साथ time spend कर लेते हैं. And I watched the game by myself with her only. So it's not an issue at all. So first half, बिगिनिंग में लग रहा था कि इट इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर अस टू डोमिनेट एंड इस्टेब्लिश हर सुपीरियोरिटी। चांसेस अच्छे थे, एडी का एक चांस था, मिस हो गया, ओडेगार्ड का एक शॉट था, नहीं लगा गोल पे। स्पर्स के चांसेस आई थिंक बाद में ही आए थे, बट स्टार्टिंग में आर्सेनल डोमिनेट करी थी। आई थिंक जिंचेंको, भाई जिंचेंको व्हाट अ प्लेयर मैन। जिंचेंको ने जो डोमिनेट किया गेम, गनर ब्लॉग ने भी कहा था कि इट लुक्स लाइक ही इज प्लेइंग अ डिफरेंट स्पोर्ट। बंदे का कंट्रोल, बंदे की टेक्निक, बंदे की पासिंग, अट्रैक्टिंग स्पर्स प्लेयर्स, गिविंग देम द राइट पासेस एट द राइट टाइम। उसमें आई थिंक मैंने आर्सेनल विजन पॉडकास्ट में भी सुना था कि जिंचेंको हैज द पॉजा डाउन टू द absolute perfect letter. Pausa, as in you start and stop and you dictate the tempo of the game. You're not always running and people aren't always chasing you. You know when to start, you know when to stop, you know when to release the ball, you know when to dribble with it. And Zinchenko was so good, man. ये तो आई डोंट अग्री एट ऑल भाई, LM10, बट ठीक है, आपने बहुत पढ़ाई कर ली, मे बी अब थक गए होगे थोड़ा सा। यस, ओडेगार्ड का गोल भी बात करते हैं अभी। रियल मैड्रिड की बात देखो यार, मैंने क्लासिको देखा नहीं, आई वॉच द हाइलाइट्स एंड आई थिंक मैड्रिड हैज अ लॉट ऑफ इश्यूज टू सॉल्व, बट आई डोंट थिंक दीज आर अनसॉल्वेबल। खैर, लेट्स गो बैक टू द गेम। आदित्य इज हियर मैन। हे आदित्य, हाउ आर यू? आई एम गुड मैन, आई एम गुड। सो फर्स्ट गोल जब मारा, आई थिंक फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल सेसेनियों की वीकनेसेस वहीं एक्सप्लॉइट हो गई थी, दैट ही इज so absent minded in terms of space and who is behind them. लग ही नहीं रहा था कि कुछ पॉसिबल है। मतलब साका है, देखो साका विंग पे आइसोलेट रह के अंदर कटिंग करेगी, तो सबको पता है। सेसेनो ने एक चीज ट्राई करी, ही ट्राइड टू बी इन अ पोजीशन वेयर साका कैन नॉट कट इन एंड पास द बॉल। तो क्रेडिट टू हिम कि वो साका को राइट फुट पे रखने की कोशिश कर रहा था। बट प्रॉब्लम ये है, साका अगेंस्ट क्रिस्टल पैलेस ही स्कोर्ड अ नाइस गोल, ठीक है? मतलब गेही का आई थिंक ओन गोल हो गया था। साका अगेंस्ट लीड्स राइट फुट से शॉट लिया, सीधा गोल के रूफ पे गया था। तो ऐसी बात कि आप सोचो कि साका का राइट फुट एब्सोल्युटली गायब है, या फिर एक उतनी टाइट स्पेस में से साका कुछ नहीं कर सकता, ये तो है ही नहीं। एंड जो सब कह रहे हैं लोरिस 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 ने इंटरनेशनल फुटबॉल से रिटायरमेंट ले लिया ना, आई थिंक यही रिटायरमेंट उसका स्पर्स में भी कंटिन्यू हो गया, बिकॉज ही वाज नॉट रेडी, ही डिड नॉट लुक sharp at all, dude. How did it feel? How did it feel being a United fan for a game week? भाई सादिक भाई, honestly, देखो, I am happy that United won. I genuinely am happy that United won because let's be honest, City is the only team I think in this league at this point of time that can go on a 20 game winning streak and it will not surprise anybody. I think United and Arsenal are at a process and we have a thin squad, which makes it sort of impossible to go on a 20 game winning streak. Yes, we might drop a point or two here. आप लोग भी कर सकते हो, हम भी कर सकते हैं. And I thought कि सिटी हार गई तो बहुत अच्छी बात है. But this builds momentum for United, especially against Palace. And अगर Palace के against जीते, तो they'll be hungry to play Arsenal as well, because I think at that point of time you guys will be 5 points behind us. So it is a huge incentive, yeah. Hey Ishan, how are you, man? So like I was saying, Sadik bhai, being a United fan for that match week, when City scored first, I was like, damn, United, एक ही चीज करनी थी, and then United equalized through shitty, like a very shitty decision, let's be honest. And I was like, whew, draw है, ठीक है, दोनों teams drop करेंगी, but then Rashford emerged and I was so happy. मतलब I genuinely supported and actually celebrated Rashford scoring that goal. It was a good week for an Arsenal fan. Anyways, Lloris यार, Lloris का कुछ करना पड़ेगा Spurs को. I mean, personally for me, I hope Spurs keep Lloris as long as possible because, well, it is good for us. I don't know if he's the Spurs captain or if Kane is the Spurs captain, but if he is the Spurs captain and that's the kind of performance your captain is doing, um, it's of course going to be a hit, yeah. It's going to deflate the entire morale. And I think North London derby mein, yes, exactly. It's the most beautiful piece of shit ever. नॉर्थ लंदन डार्बी में अगर आपका कैप्टन इतना बड़ा हाउलर कर दे तो पूरे स्टेडियम का एटमॉस्फेयर डिफ्लेट हो जाता है. ठीक है. एंड स्पर्स फैन, आई डोंट थिंक मेनी स्पर्स फैन वर एक्सपेक्टिंग टू गेट समथिंग आउट ऑफ द गेम, बट इतनी बुरी तरह से कंसीड करना, आई डोंट थिंक दे वांटेड टू कंसीड, राइट? Guys, I'm seeing your comments. Again, देखो मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ, I only watch the Premier League very actively. Very actively I watch the Premier League. I don't have time to watch any other league. I only see the scores, and ये जो भी teams हैं, चाहे Napoli हो, चाहे Juve हो, I only see them in the Champions Leagues or Europa Leagues or whatever. So I'm sorry. I will not say anything about teams that I don't know about or I don't watch. आपको Premier League के बारे में कुछ भी पूछना है, मुझसे पूछ सकते हो. सादिक भाई, the thing about this is, you're right. First time there are stakes to a United and Arsenal game beyond the fact हम historical rivals होते थे. एंड इतना अच्छा लग रहा है कि दोनों क्लब्स बिल्कुल सही टाइम पे एक साथ अपनी ascendancy टाइम कर रहे हैं. एंड आई can't imagine what the atmosphere would be like, regardless of how the season ends for both United and Arsenal, that next season onwards, the stakes will be so much higher because if we finish in the top three, or if you finish, or both of us finish in the top three, then we would both feel that, yeah, we're just a couple of steps away from a title challenge. And we'll see each other from across the room that, oh, this is one of my biggest competitors for this season as well. And yeah, would sort of, एक renewed rivalry in a new era establish hogi, and it's definitely not going to be of the same intensity as Keane and Vieira and all of that stuff, but two giants of the game who've always been neck to neck. The narrative, the media, the stories themselves will be so huge, yaar. And like Ishan says, Wenger and Sir Alex will be happy, of course, because their clubs are actually living up to the expectations, right? um Khair, let's do it, otherwise guys पूरा life बहुत unstructured चला जाएगा. So Lorisco, we have to do something. Spurs have to do something about it. Second goal, though, I think it wasn't a Lloris mistake. I think Odegaard's shot was actually that brilliant. ही उसने एक बार पहले भी ट्राई किया था where Lloris was tested. Before I move to that, somebody said Partey almost scored the goal of the season. I think it would have been one of the goals of the Premier League in all of its history. That was a Gerrard type banger, bhai. इतनी sweetly मारा था, and I don't think he even made the perfect connection. Hey MZ, how are you, man? Both Manchester and London is red. Yes. Hey Nitin, nice to see you here as well. सो लाइक आई वाज सेइंग पार्टे का वो शॉट था उसका आई थिंक एक एरिया होता है ना अपने पैर और शिन के बीच का वो जो छोटा सा जंक्शन उधर से मारा था और उसने इतनी जोर से मारा था भाई जब तक लॉरिस बॉल तक पहुंचा था बॉल पोस्ट से हिट करके वापस भी आ गई थी नॉट येट भाई नॉट येट so the second goal I think was a brilliant piece of Martin Odegaard. Magic bhai, absolute magic. I think that player, I think Martin Odegaard. Okay, do you guys think Martin Odegaard is the best player in the league this season, or is it somebody else? देखो, best player in the league बोलना I understand could be a step too far. A lot of people judge the best player in the league by goals, which in this case would be Haaland. Some decide on form, which I think Odegaard is a good contention for, along with Rashford, of course, not to be mistaken. Rashford has been in an amazing form himself. But I think, yeah, the impact that Odegaard has on a young team. देखो, आई अंडरस्टैंड आप लोग सोचते होगे कि मैं आर्सेनल की तारीफ कर रहा हूँ बिकॉज ऑफ द बायस, बट आप ये भी सोचो यार, Arsenal is the youngest team in the Premier League. That has to count for something. The manager is the youngest. He is, bro. I can't see Pep losing. I would love to see him losing, but yes, it's not something that will keep going on for long. Hey Anuj, how are you, man? Uh, okay, who is the current on form? Maybe, but whole season top five. Yeah, maybe. I think what Haaland has done, no, in the first part of the season before the World Cup, I think Haaland has to be in the conversation. He's definitely not scoring as much as he was before the World Cup, but you will never discount him. The man has his own gravity field when he pulls players out of position. No one expected him. Yeah, that's the thing, right? I mean, in this era of 100 million sale of Mudryk, 40 million for Gakpo, 37 million for Gakpo, we got him from 30 to 35 million, right? From Madrid. And that is huge. And his bande ki potential, I think there was only a couple of times in his career um, that Odegaard's potential was called into question. But I think he discovered himself as Sociedad, and I think he invented himself and cemented himself as a great player at Arsenal. Um, who Haaland? Well, yeah, he's just a goal scorer. What else do you want, right? Um, there are some players who are just great goal scorers. What else do you want? If you want a complete forward, then yeah, that's fine. That's something you want. But some people just want a goal scorer as a number nine, which is I think is fair. It's okay. There's so many players. Like I would say Lewandowski does a lot more, but I think he's still primarily a goal scorer. Thomas Muller, he is in amazing in spaces, but he's also a goal scorer. Same with Harry Kane. He's dropping down. चलो उसने अपनी passing game अच्छी बनाई है, but primarily he's always been a goal scorer. Cristiano Ronaldo in his later years was only a goal scorer, dribbler वो पहले था. खैर, so I think Odegaard, for me, I think in the kind of impact he has, with the kind of team he is leading, and the kind of synergy he has with the manager, I think a lot of players are great at following instructions, but I think Odegaard is literally Arteta's eyes and ears. He's a very intelligent player. That is why, for me, um, he is the best player in the league this season. Maybe in terms of goals, yeah, he's not the best. Maybe in terms of assist, he's not the best this season. But I think in terms of impact, in terms of form, and the team he is leading, and the position he's led them to, at least till this point of time, for now, he is the best player in the league for me. Um, that Spurs game, I think, showed the same thing that a lot of people have been saying, that Tottenham again woke up in the second half. And by the time they woke up, it was too late. Aaron Ramsdale, of course, a great goalkeeper, another shrewd signing. And the reason I'm mentioning signings over and over again, because it'll tie up to our next topic, which is about Edu Gaspar and Arteta and Arsenal transfers. Not next, the next to next, because after this, we'll talk about the United game as well. Because it has huge consequences for Arsenal's next game as well as Arsenal's position in the table. Okay. So I think Spurs waking up in the second half is a huge issue for them. Will Conte leave? I don't think so. But I don't expect him to stay beyond the season. This season would probably be his last. Um, unless देखो, two things have to happen for Conte to stay. One, Harry Kane has to sign a contract, and two, Enoch and Levy have to sell the club. The kind of money that Conte requires for a team, Spurs don't have it. So Spurs can do two things. क्या आप, hey Gaurav, I'm good man. क्या आप क्लब बेचने को तैयार हो, so you have the investment to give Conte the money, or you let go of Conte and you become the team that plays attractive. You become the Brighton, right? What Brighton is right now. You play attractive football. You don't act like a big team. You try and break the dominance of the established teams and try to find your wins in small ways. Win a couple of trophies along the way, and that is it. I think जो um, क्या है? By the way, I had a bet with Utkarsh that I will wear the dreaded JVC Tony Adams number 5 jersey if you guys finish top 2. ओ भाई, सादिक भाई, आप उल्टी कर दोगे अगर आपने वो जर्सी पहन लिया, considering I know how much you hate Arsenal. Anyway, so right, will Conte stay? I don't think so. Will Enoch and Levy sell? I don't think so. Spurs act like a big club, okay? And this is not even something I'm saying out of trolling or thank you so much, man. Thank you so much, Aditya. I'm genuinely saying, if I was a Spurs fan, this is what I would say. I would say we are a project club. We have great infrastructure in place. We just need a coach who will develop players. And as long as the owners and Levy can supply the same amount of support to a manager like Potter, a De Zerbi, or anybody who even get Poch back. Somebody who can just deliver a project for over 4-5 years. And that is it. Spurs football अच्छा नहीं खेल रही है. Spurs की position अच्छी नहीं है. The manager is existing in a different wavelength than the club. The club wants right. Club को खुद भी नहीं पता उसको क्या चाहिए. Do they want success right now? In which case, fine. A Conte like manager is great. But then you have to spend 60, 70, 80. अब तो 80 भी नहीं, अब तो 100 million every window पे आपको खर्चने पड़ेंगे, bro. आप ये सब करने को तैयार नहीं, तो अब आप प्रोजेक्ट करो यार. That is what Arsenal also has to do. If Arsenal wants to win now, we have to spend 100 million. It's clear as day. And is point pe I will do a Chelsea rant in one stage. I think next is Chelsea rant because I am so pissed at Chelsea, but I will try to do it in a respectful way. अगर इस chat में Tiger Beast है, first of all, Tiger Beast, I am so sorry. That day I was, I think, on Mohak Bhai's stream or somebody's stream, I was really rude. Not to you specifically, but to Chelsea. So I apologize. But if Tiger Beast is here, my apologies personally to you. But if you want to be a win now club, you have get a win now manager like Conte, but you spend 100 million every window. Without fail, you have to. That is how you get success. I still remembered being laughed at when I said Spurs 6th and Arsenal 2nd at the start. I just Conte ki Sadik bhai, I think Conte as a coach is good यार. इसने आपने देखा ही है, उसने यूवे में इतना बढ़िया करा, इंटर में इतना बढ़िया करा, चेल्सी में इतना बढ़िया करा. ठीक है. Yeah, you're right about the fact that the match is so bad, dude. The match is so bad. Spurs की history में they've only pretended to be a big club, but they've only taken action which makes them a project club. And अगर Ishan, I'll take the comments. It's just I want to also say whatever I have to say, and then उसमें इतने सारे comments होते हैं. So once I ask for comments, you guys can post your comments again. Hey Moinul, how are you, man? Spurs should go to Simeone again. I don't think Simeone is a project manager. आपने कौन सा Simeone के project देखे हैं? Simeone is I would say a floating manager. He'll keep a club in place when it's achieved high. Maybe he'll squeeze out a lot more from the players to an extent, but it is also a very destructive style of coaching, which is not good for Spurs. स्पर्स को एक सस्टेनेबल लॉन्ग टर्म मैनेजर की तरफ जाना चाहिए. अगर पॉटर अवेलेबल होता तो पॉटर की तरफ जाना चाहिए था स्पर्स को. मैं तो कहता हूँ अभी भी अगर हो सके तो पॉटर के ले लो, बिकॉज आई डोंट थिंक पॉटर एंड चेल्सी इज अ गुड मैच. चेल्सी एंड स्पर्स की बिल्कुल ऑपोजिट स्टोरी है. चेल्सी हैव ऑलवेज हिस्टोरिकली बिन अ विन नाउ क्लब, नॉट हिस्टोरिकली, पोस्ट एब्रामोविच. ठीक है. एंड उन्होंने एक प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजर ले लिया जब वो क्लब ही प्रोजेक्ट क्लब नहीं है. स्पर्स प्रोजेक्ट क्लब है बट उन्होंने विन नाउ मैनेजर लिया हुआ है, और चेल्सी ने बिल्कुल उल्टा करा हुआ है. तो खैर, Thomas Tuchel for Spurs, I think he loves Chelsea too much to not go to Spurs. But कुछ नहीं कह सकते यार, फुटबॉल में अब तो पैसा बोलता है, and that has become very credible. तो खैर, I think Spurs should go for a project manager. Get rid of Ponte, pay him the money, and just back the manager as you've backed Conte. यार. That's all you have to. You don't even have to spend 200 million. आपने जो कॉन्टे को पैसे दिए, आपने 5 साइनिंग्स करी या 4 साइनिंग्स करी, और आप लोगों को याद है कितना मीडिया में हाइप हो गया था स्पर्स का। स्पर्स का ट्रेनिंग सेशन दिखा रहे थे, पोस्ट मैच कॉन्टे ने सब प्लेयर्स को फील्ड पे भगाया, एंड एवरीवन वाज लाइक स्पर्स हैव वन द ट्रांसफर विंडो, स्पर्स हैज वन द ट्रांसफर विंडो। मैंने स्पर्स को कभी भी टॉप 4 पे नहीं रखा, मैंने स्पर्स को 6th रखा था हमेशा। आर्सेनल को मैंने 4th रखा था बिकॉज़ आई थॉट दैट्स आवर नेक्स्ट स्टेप। बट स्पर्स को हमेशा 6th रखा था बिकॉज़ ये लोग हमेशा यही करते हैं भाई। टॉटनहम हॉटस्पर नहीं, टॉटनहम हाफस्पर है भाई। इनकी हिस्ट्री में जीतना नहीं लिखा हुआ है। कोविड 1961 दे हैव बीन आइसोलेटिंग फ्रॉम ट्रॉफीज भाई। इट इज सिंपल एज दैट। ये हाइप, ये कॉन्टे की वजह से हाइप नहीं होती भाई, ये स्पर्स की हमेशा होती है। उन्होंने नूनो भी लिया था तो भी उनकी फालतू की हाइप थी। इनकी हर सीजन हाइप होती है भाई, इनकी कुछ बस की नहीं है। बिकॉज दे डोंट नो व्हाट टू डू, दे हैव नो आइडेंटिटी ऑफ देमसेल्व्स। दे थिंक दे आर अ बिग क्लब बट दे डोंट एक्ट लाइक इट। देयर एक्शंस एंड देयर ड्रीम्स हैव नो मैच। And that is all I'm saying, bhai. Spurs need to fit in an identity and just embrace that identity. It doesn't have to be that you can have ambitions for a top 2 club, bhai, but your actions have to match that. इनका गेम इतना बेकार है, इनके प्लेयर्स वेस्ट हो रहे हैं भाई। हैरी केन ने अगले पिछले 6 साल में क्या कमाया है? ही इज डन गुड वेल, ही इज ब्रेकिंग गोल स्कोरिंग रिकॉर्ड्स, दैट्स गुड। Even if that's what matters to him, then more power to him. But he's not achieved anything in terms of winning silverware, bhai, and uske sare goals waste ho rahe hain. That is all I think. So yaar, Spurs, they piss me off because they have deluded themselves into believing that they've been more successful than Arsenal. Yes, they finished above Arsenal. The worst period of Arsenal still won more trophies than the best period of Spurs. Simple as that. हमारा सबसे बुरे टाइम में भी हम ट्रॉफी जीत जाते हैं भाई, ये स्पर्स क्यों नहीं जीत पाती? बिकॉज स्पर्स के दिमाग में कुछ और चलता है और उनके एक्शन जमीन पे कुछ और होते हैं। दे हैव एन इनक्रेडिबल स्टेडियम इज व्हाट आई हर्ड फ्रॉम एवरीवन व्हेन आई विजिटेड लंदन। ठीक है, एंड दे विल प्रॉब्ली ब्रिंगिंग द मोस्ट रेवेन्यू इन द फ्यूचर। Jimmy Greaves, yes, Jimmy Greaves couldn't win. That's the thing. Sadiq bhai, they have this history of having celebrated players, but those celebrated players do not lead to a celebrated club. Jimmy Greaves, सिर्फ उन लोगों को पता है who were either alive during the time of Jimmy Greaves, who are Spurs fans or who hate Spurs. Most people will not remember very few goal scorers who have been top. ठीक है, some people will remember Alan Shearer because हम Alan Shearer के टाइम पे थे, but इन द लॉन्ग टर्म भाई वो लॉन्जेविटी मेरे को नहीं लगता जीत रहेगी। जब भी जो भी होगा, हैरी केन विल बी अ स्पर्स लेजेंड, could be a Premier League legend for a point of time, bhai. But I think 40-50 years when nobody's going to give a shit because people will. And I'll tell you one thing. This is something I've been thinking about. Barcelona's tiki taka is great. When we talk about the tiki taka, we can tell it to our kids ki bhai, there was a Barcelona team जो इतना बढ़िया टिकी टाका खेलती थी that opposition team उनको टच नहीं कर सकती थी। ठीक है, and you can pass down these stories and eventually these stories will get lost about how a Barca team played so well. But you know what's visible? Barca winning this Champions League, Barca winning this La Liga, Barca winning this, Barca winning that. Same with Madrid. Madrid's जो three-peat of Champions League हुआ था, that is going to be more permanent, right? That is something which will stay in the record books. Tiki Taka is a great story for football, which we see. Same with Cruyff की जो teams थी, Cruyff की Barcelona, Cruyff की Netherlands, Cruyff की coaching. All these things stay in our mind. But these are just stories which will stay with us, maybe a generation below us, and that is it. They'll disappear. Because I can tell you in 60 years, nobody is going to remember the tiki-taka that Barcelona played. But they'll remember the Champions League that they won or the league they won, or how Madrid won the Decima and the three Champions League one after the other. And I think that's what the thing with Kane. Unless you're a part of that time where these records were broken, and maybe one generation below that, beyond this, these goal scoring records for Kane, I don't think they'll matter. If it's something that matters to him and something he can die very happily with, then I have no issues. But I think Spurs in general, bhai, they have to figure out what their identity is. Fourth, and deep down we all know they were just lucky. Bhai, we bottled it. Simply as that. Exactly, bhai. He's just going to be a Matt Lettuce. Simply, he's just played. एग्जैक्टली बिल्कुल सही कहा सादिक भाई ने। एंड यही है भाई, स्पर्स की छोटी छोटी अचीवमेंट को इतना हाइप अप कर देते हैं कि उनको खुद लगता है कि हमने बहुत बड़ी चीज कर दी है। ठीक है, एंड अब मैं आर्सेनल चैनल पे स्पर्स को इतना बेरेट कर रहा हूँ, इज जस्ट अ वेरी annoying thing for me that they have done nothing in their history. ठीक है, they won the Carabao Cup in the 2000s whatever, but they've done nothing, and they still compete, or they still think that they are where they are. So I don't know, man. Look, apart from a general Spurs hate, I really do want them to do well. Yeah, of course you want the league to be competitive. I just think Spurs के जो इतना बड़ा mismatch है between their identity and the coaches, and the same thing with Chelsea, and they have to fix that. Let's get to the United game, okay? Okay, now we'll go to the United game now that all that gussa is out, because ये Spurs का सारा very pissing off, very pissing off. Hey, red. London is red. North London is red, and Manchester is red. Two big white Madrid, one Spurs, बिल्कुल opposite. 3 games to Brighton, Southampton, Palace. If he won one of them, will be in seal. देखो, we bottled it by sick gaming, and there is no way. Barca is going for Carrasco for I will talk about all these transfers for Barca and everything. Let me see if there are some any big comments. Should Kane go to Chelsea? No way, bro. If he wants his career to die even more, then he should go to Chelsea. He should go to United or Bayern, but I think he'll stay with Spurs because he wants that record. Who will buy 30 plus? अरे यार, I think this idea कि हम 28 के बाद कोई प्लेयर कुछ डिलीवर नहीं कर सकता has to change भाई. Modric, Kroos, Lewandowski are all examples कि जो प्लेयर के पीक होते थे ना, they've shifted dramatically toward late 30s भाई. And Kane is one of those players who can perform easily till 35, 36. He's never relied on pace. He's relied on his finishing. He's relied on his movements. And वो रूनी की तरह हो जाएगा eventually, even if he doesn't score आगे जाके, he's gonna be a deep number 9 or a 10 and help create. They won the Audi Cup though. Son to I think big jayega bhai. Spurs fans are getting really annoyed by him, and they're just going to try and maximize. Although now is the worst time to sell Son because his stock is so low. You'll actually sell him for less than he's valued. एक बार सॉन अच्छा खेलने लगे वापस, दे शुड सेल हिम. स्पर्स वन ट्रॉफी, कैराबा कप जीता था यार उन्होंने. ये गैरी नेविल, आई थिंक गैरी नेविल actually doesn't like Conte. He did not like Conte for United. But I think Gary Neville has either an very weird hate boner for Arsenal, or he just likes the engagement that Arsenal fans give him. Simple as that. Yeah, same thing. Van Persie was 29. Liverpool is real red. भाई अभी तो लिवरपूल का तो बात ही नहीं करते. दे ain't even the best Spurs. Yes, San Antonio Spurs and Greg Popovich भाई. Greg Popovich goat भाई, goat. Um, that was I think pretty bad, dude. बंदे का करियर खत्म कर दिया था. And you're singing about that is not something I'll be okay with ever. I think it was a pretty shitty song to sing. Uh, yes, Clasico victory. Yes, Sadek bhai, congratulations. First trophy for Javi. Hopefully first of many. Yeah. United will get Kane और Osimhen in the summer, I think. Let's see, dude. अभी तो बहुत सारे वेरिएबल्स हैं. टेक ओवर होगा, टेक ओवर के बाद देखते हैं कि कौन आता है ओनर, वो कितने फंडिंग आपको करते हैं. Do they prioritize rebuilding the Old Trafford Stadium and renovating it, or do they prefer signings first? तो देखते हैं. Or do they do it simultaneously? कुछ कह नहीं सकते. Good decision by Bale to join Madrid. Yes. If I'm Levy, I will move heaven and earth next season to sign De Zerbi. Let go of Kane and build towards a new future. I don't think they'll let go of Kane यार. देखो, आप लोग समझ नहीं रहे हो. Levy is in a job because he's managed to keep Kane all these years, okay? बहुत लकी था कि Modric and Bale के जाने के बाद they had another superstar in the name of Kane, and Son was performing so well. अगर केन छोड़ देता ना कभी भी बीच में, इतनी सारी जो मैन सिटी जाने की बात, यूनाइटेड जाने की बात, बीच में बायर्न की भी बात हुई थी, केन चले जाता तो लीवी के पास कुछ नहीं बचता भाई. द लास्ट टाइम स्पर्स गॉट अ लॉट ऑफ मनी, दे बॉट फकिंग सोल्डाडो, डूड. एंड सोल्डाडो का प्रीमियर लीग करियर वाज सो अंडरवेलमिंग. एन आइडियल टारगेट वुड बी. हाँ यार, हमने इसके बारे में बात करी थी. आपने, मैंने, सादिक भाई, आपने एक बार कमेंट्स में ही बोला था. Only 19 but pretty good currently at Leverkusen. We'll talk about Arsenal transfers. Yes, it was a beautiful weekend, I'm sure, bhai, Sadik bhai. Kulu, Kane, Son, Spurs are nothing. mid half of the table. Bhai, I just don't understand this love for Spurs that the media has, dude. Richarlison cost them 60 million. He's not scored a single goal and he's not called a flop. डार्विन नूनेस पे सब चढ़ जाते हैं. हाँ, फकिंग एंटनी पे सब चढ़ जाते हैं. सांचो के लिए 007 बन जाता है. आर्सेनल में जब कोई परफॉर्म नहीं कर रहा तो उसके लिए बन जाते हैं कि गैब्रियल जेसूस इतना बढ़िया गोल एंड असिस्ट कंट्रीब्यूशन है, चलो गोल नहीं मार रहा तो उस पे मीम्स बन जाते हैं. 60 million. Richarlison has not scored a goal. He keeps doing this prove dance with Brazil. He's not done anything for Spurs, bhai. Weird, dude. Weird love for the Spurs that the media has. I never understand it. But let's talk about the other big game here on the weekend, the second derby. It was very crucial for Arsenal. It was United versus City. Now, this game I think was like a chess battle. Very tactical, very interesting. I think when I saw the lineup, I thought Pep is going back to what he likes doing, which is going back to basics. Simple as um, आपका कंसेलो लेफ्ट बैक पे आ गया है एंड अकांजी आके बीच में है, वॉकर राइट बैक पे है, मतलब सारे जो अ लिटिल मोर रिकग्नाइजेबल मैन सिटी. एंड मेरे को तब लगा था, एक बार जब मैंने गेम की स्टार्टिंग में देखा था, व्हेन हालैंड ड्रॉप डीप एंड ही पास्ड द बॉल, लूक शॉ को समझ नहीं आया था कि अब क्या होगा आगे चल के. आई वाज लाइक ओ डैम, पेप हैज टॉट हालैंड समथिंग एल्स. हालैंड को हम सिर्फ गोल स्कोरर कहते थे. ही इज कमिंग बैक, ही इज बिल्डिंग अप प्ले. मैच में उसने एक ही बार ये किया. सिटी का प्लान, इफ यू हैव टू से, it's become a little obvious that their go-to plan is give the ball to De Bruyne and get De Bruyne to pass the ball to Haaland. How, if somebody plays in a mid block like United were playing in a mid block, De Bruyne has the capability to break a pass in the right spot for Haaland to latch onto. Haaland को सब कह रहे हैं he was quiet. I think he had a few chances. I mean, everyone knows he had a few chances. It's just ये याद नहीं रहते. And I think दोनों या तीनों बार आई थिंक फर्स्ट टाइम कोई प्लेयर आ गया था, मेरे को याद नहीं अब कौन सा प्लेयर था, हु केम इन फ्रंट ऑफ हिम और उससे वो चांस ले ली. सेकंड टाइम ग्रीलिश आ गया था और उसने गोल मार दिया था उस पे. बट आई थिंक एज वेस्टफुल और एज rattled Man City looked, I think Man United was very good. I think first half में, आई थिंक इनिशियल पीरियड्स में काफी सिटी डोमिनेशन था. चाहे आपको स्टेटिस्टिकली नहीं दिखा हो, बट इफ आई व्हेन आई लुक्ड एट द एवरेज पोजीशंस, मोस्ट ऑफ यूनाइटेड्स प्लेयर्स हाफ वे लाइन तक टिके हुए थे. एंड सिटी के सिर्फ 2 प्लेयर्स या 3 प्लेयर्स उनके हाफ में थे, बाकी सारे यूनाइटेड के हाफ में खेल रहे थे. सो ये फ्रेम पे कौन से प्लेयर हैं पीछे? दिस इज गैब्रियल मार्टिनेली, दिस इज बुकायो साका, दिस इज द ओल्ड आर्सेनल लोगो. But Ten Hag did really well. He utilized the resources he has, and I think United की signings, despite United spending what 200 million this window, कैजेमीरो पे जितने स्पेंड करे 60, 150, 90 हो गए आपके एंटनी के, एंड 45 लिजांड्रो, तो 140 195 के आसपास आप लोगों ने स्पेंड किए. ग्रेट गुड इन्वेस्टमेंट्स कंसिडरिंग आप जितने भी कर रहे हो. Yes, I think this was it. The fact that if you are being dominated or if you are being constantly peppered by shots or whatever, you have the composure to stick. And I think United ने बहुत अच्छे से संभाला गेम. They picked their moments. They know कि उनकी स्ट्रेंथ्स क्या थी एंड उनको पता है कि सिटी की वीकनेसेस क्या थी. काफ़ी टाइम फर्स्ट हाफ में रैशफोर्ड ब्रेक कर रहा था. एक बार आई थिंक मेरे को तो लग रहा था रैशफोर्ड की इंजरी हो गई एंड आई वाज लाइक डैम, यूनाइटेड आर गॉन. मार्शियल का मुझे थोड़ा सा वियर्ड लगा यार. आई डोंट नो वेयर टू फॉलो ऑन एंथनी मार्शियल, डूड. समटाइम्स विदाउट हिम कभी कभी लगता है कि टीम बहुत ही बढ़िया खेल रही है, कभी कभी लगता है तो पोजीशन ही नहीं पकड़ पा रही. मैच अच्छा था, यस गौरव, द मैच वाज रियली गुड. ईशान, अच्छा भाई ईशान, मैं आपका कमेंट देख लेता हूँ एक बार पढ़ के. कहाँ है आपका ईशान का कमेंट? ईशान 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 ईशान. By the way, guys, sorry to ask you this, but if you haven't liked the stream, please like the stream. Um, and that helps me a lot. Do you think if United win against Arsenal, they'll be in the title race or good second place contenders as Arsenal have to play City 2 times? देखो, I wouldn't say Arsenal are winning the title because we're halfway into the season. Same way I won't say United are title contenders because we're halfway into the season. Look, man, it takes 2 injuries to Arsenal and their entire season is derailed. I won't say even 2 injuries. Partey injured ho gaya khatam. For United, Rashford's gone. If Rashford goes or Casemiro goes or a couple of both centre back go, then you're back to Maguire again or Lindelof, whoever. Now Ten Hag has showed amazing versatility in using the resources at his disposal. He knows Luke Shaw is doing better at centre back. He's done. He is not afraid to drop Lisandro बिकॉज ऑफ फिटनेस कंसर्न्स. मतलब पहले यूनाइटेड में ओले के अंडर आपको उन प्लेयर्स को खिलाना पड़ रहा था जो इंजर्ड भी होते थे. दैट नेवर रियली हेल्प यूनाइटेड. So I'll just say that United, if they win against Arsenal, it'll put them in a very strong position for sure. But I don't think it'll derail either Arsenal or make much difference to United. It'll probably just give them confidence because they've beaten City. They'll do the double over Arsenal this season. But I still think that it's still going to be a highly contested game. It'll cement top four for sure. Then United are top four for sure. Then Liverpool ke liye it's bad news. Chelsea ke liye it's bad news. Spurs ke liye it's bad news. If they beat Arsenal. But I don't think it's going to be a straightforward game. मैंने कुछ लोगों को देखा था कह रहे थे कि फ्रेड को ओडेगार्ड पे लगा देंगे and all of that stuff. देखो, in form, Arsenal played really well at still got nil. How confident are you considering both teams are now in form? I'm confident. I think against United, I think when we played United, we gave them the biggest test that they could have had. I think we were a little unlucky with the goal getting cancelled out. Some of you will say it was a foul, it should not have been given a goal, which is fine. I think the best thing about Arsenal is that we learn from our mistakes a lot. You will see that we don't repeat the same mistakes against the same teams season on season. When we lost to Brighton last season, we dominated them at the Amex this time. 4-2 जीते थे हम. ब्रेंटफोर्ड के अगेंस्ट होम पे हम हारे थे 3-0 अवे एट ब्रेंटफोर्ड. एंड आप देख रहे हो ब्रेंटफोर्ड और ब्राइटन कैसा खेल रहे हैं. टू गेट रिजल्ट्स अवे फ्रॉम होम अगेंस्ट देम इज अ ह्यूज थिंग. चलो, आई थिंक ब्रेंटफोर्ड के हमें कम्युनिटी स्टेडियम जाना है. हमने ब्रेंटफोर्ड को होम पे रहा था. आई जस्ट थिंक we are a more settled side than United. United are also getting settled, but I think we are a little more settled than United. How confident am I? I think we can beat them. I think it'll be either United have to be really brilliant or we have to be really bad for United to win. Simple as that. And both are very possible. We can be very bad and United can be amazingly brilliant in that game. Listen, they have the quality. What Partey is to us, Casemiro is to them. What Saka is to us, Rashford is to them. What Odegaard is to us, Bruno is to them. We both struggle with the out and out number 9. We have Nketiah. I don't know who they play at number 9, whether it's going to be Martial or Weghorst. Defense में Saliba, Gabriel, they have Martinez, Varane. On wing backs, a resurgent Van Bissaka, we have Ben White. And left back, we have Zinchenko, who is technically gifted. Right back पे उनका Dalo भी है, who is technically gifted. Left back पे मुझे नहीं पता भी किसको खिलाएंगे. They have young players like Garnacho, we have Martinelli, we have Smith Rowe. So यार दोनों टीम्स के पास, यार देखो ये आपका ओपिनियन है ना. कैसीमिरो इज वे बेटर देन पार्टे. मेरे को लगता है पार्टे वे बेटर है इन टर्म्स ऑफ इम्पैक्ट. तो आप ऐसे तो स्वीपिंग स्टेटमेंट्स तो ना मैं देता हूँ, आप भी नहीं दिए तो अच्छी बात है. सेम एज ब्रूनो गोल फॉर सिटी, बोथ आर नॉट ऑफ साइड. देखो यार, आई एम नॉट डिनाइंग दैट देर ऐसे डिसीजंस पहले नहीं दिए गए हैं, बट जस्ट बिकॉज इट वॉज रॉन्ग बिफोर डजंट मेक इट राइट नाउ, राइट? पहले भी गलत था, अभी भी गलत है. और मैं आई एम ऑनेस्ट इनफ टू गिव यू एक्चुअल ओपिनियंस. इस सीजन आर्सेनल को बहुत लकी कुछ कुछ डिसीजन मिले. गैब्रियल का हैंडबॉल अगेंस्ट लिवरपूल, वो लिवरपूल को नहीं मिला था. देयर हैव बीन सर्टेन फाउल्स दैट वी हैव कमिटेड जिसके लिए हमें फ्री किक या पेनल्टी दूसरी टीम को नहीं मिली है. ठीक है, सो देयर हैव बीन अ लॉट ऑफ टाइम्स व्हेन वी हैव बीन वेरी चीकी एंड वी हैव गॉटन अ लकी रिजल्ट. I think it's a little disingenuous from United fans. Dekho, as a United fan, you won't give a shit. Like at that FA Cup game, I didn't give a shit if it is an offside or not. I mean, you are right to not give a shit. But you can say that, offside tha, but I don't give a fuck. And that's fair. I just think that it is a little disingenuous if anybody says that was not offside. You know he was interfering with play. He was literally over the ball भाई. बंदा step over कर सकता था. And if that is not interfering with play, what is? मैं तो इतना humble होने को तैयार हूँ. When we beat United at Old Trafford, वो जाका का जो long range strike था, Eddie was in an offside position कि दाहिया को ऐसे देखना पड़ा था. That was interference with play which was not given. Um, so I think that was a wrong decision, and I am not afraid to say that City were robbed. But again, United will not care, as no other team will care, and they should not care. But I just think as long as we all acknowledge that that was a wrong decision, we're all going to be good. If somebody is just being tribal for the sake of being tribal, that is not okay. Haaland ain't the issue because with the proper nine, this Croatian way of football excels with one, but what you need is a vertical winger on one side and a technical kind on the other. I think Sadiq bhai, what has happened with this Haaland ka emergence? No, I think Foden का काफी ना disconnect हो गया है with the build up. I don't think Foden knows exactly what he's supposed to do. Not to mention that he's scored goals and everything this season. But if you look at the United game, if you rewatch this game now, you will see how isolated Foden was in the wing. He was neither cutting in, ठीक है? He was neither exchanging. He was very isolated in the build-up, I felt. And he was taken off very rightly, I think. So I think this Haaland ka emergence no has really fucked Foden ka kya role hona chahiye. And I think Pep needs to figure that out. Arsenal side, because we have two vertical wingers and technical at the same time in Martinelli Saka. I think Martinelli is more physical and vertical than Saka. Saka is a little more technical, I think. Hey, Daksh, strengthen two positions, winger, a mid, and you are winning the title again. Yeah, Yuvraj. The problem is, though, we put our eggs in the Mudryk basket, which we'll get to right now. It'll be preceded by a Chelsea rant. But after that, I think I'll talk about Mudryk and everything. City have one shot the goal. How they got robbed? How they got robbed was the fact that if you equalized and the score became 1-1, I think they were robbed. And just because they had one shot on goal all match doesn't really mean shit. They scored, they were leading, then they conceded a goal which should not have been a goal. Then they tried to get a second goal, which gave Rashford the opportunity to break and score the second goal. It's simple as that, my friend. I am not saying they played the best football, but it's very disingenuous to say that City did not deserve to get anything. Listen, मेरे को तो सबसे ज़्यादा खुशी हुई है कि City हारी है. But I want to be a hub. I want to be a channel that you come here and you at least get honest, unbiased opinions, right? I might hate Spurs, I might hate Chelsea, I might say things about them, but as a football viewer, I will have opinions which I think, um, and you are free to disagree with them, my friend. And देखो, this is free. All your comments are free. My replies to you are free. आपको अगर टाइम नहीं देना तो मत दीजिए. That's all I'm saying. That I think City was robbed because that offside goal was a disingenuous goal. That's it. Looks like Arsenal United are going to dominate. I think it's a little too early, Bharat. Um, Ferran Torres is shit. Okay. I think it's a little disingenuous because I've never seen City had two bad season in a row since their takeover. एक बैड सीजन मैंने देखे उनका, उनके दो बैड सीजन इन अ रो नहीं देखे हैं. एंड आपको पता है कि सिटी के पास कितना पैसा है टू टर्न एन एंटायर टीम अराउंड इन वन विंडो. दे कैन टर्न इट ऑल अराउंड. दे कैन सेल कंसेलो को बेचते हैं. आई एम श्योर कितने सारे लोग कंसेलो को खरीदने के लिए तैयार हैं. दे कैन सेल अ बंच ऑफ प्लेयर्स एंड दे कैन गेट न्यू प्लेयर्स एंड इट्स अ न्यू सिटी टीम. सिंपल एज दैट. संडे को तो नहीं हो रहा. लिवरपूल के अगेंस्ट शायद से कर दे. नहीं, आई हैवंट. आई विल. But yeah, I think on the whole, okay, offside decision aside, I think United were really good. I think they're a very dangerous team. I will, just like I was a little worried playing against them when we played them first, I'll be worried again. But I am confident. Um, जिसमें पेप मेसी की तरफ झुक गया था और एक स्पेनिश यंग प्लेयर है, याद नहीं, उसे निकाल दिया था. बोजान को निकाल दिया था. हो सकता है यार. Man United Arsenal rivalry. Yes, even I smell that. But I think United are playing really well. देखो, उनके पास बहुत बैलेंस स्क्वाड है. उनके पास थिन स्क्वाड है, बट दे गॉट एन वेगहॉर्स्ट एटलीस्ट दे गॉट समबडी यार. एक राबियो ले लिया उन्होंने और कोई ले लिया तो बहुत ही बढ़िया टीम हो जाएगी. हाँ, बोजान करके. यस. आई जस्ट थिंक ये वीक पैलेस का गेम आई थिंक यूनाइटेड बहुत इजीली जीत जाएगी. पैलेस आर आउट ऑफ सॉर्ट्स राइट नाउ. यूनाइटेड विल हैव द मोमेंटम एंड द एनर्जी टू फेस आर्सेनल व्हेन दे फेस आर्सेनल. मुझे ये बताओ यूनाइटेड फैंस, आपके कोई प्लेयर्स येलो कार्ड वाले उस पे हैं? On the verge of getting suspended. I don't know if they reset after your Palace game or what, but if somebody gets a yellow card who is at the limit of your yellow cards, can somebody get suspended for the Arsenal game? Like, who do you think is going to earn success for the richest club or fraud bowling? First, Newcastle long-term bowling. I'll tell you also. Casemiro, 4 yellows. Casemiro, and Fred, 4. Cooking again. Kaze and Fred on both on 4. Okay. So if Casemiro gets a yellow, which again will not surprise me because you have very fleet-footed players in Crystal Palace in Olise, Eberechi and Zaha. एंड अगर उनमें से एक को ट्रिप कर दिया, मुझे पता नहीं कि आपको उस गेम में कौन है रेफरी. तो अगर कैजेमिरो if Casemiro misses the Arsenal game, I think it will be a big blow to United. For us, we have to play United, so we have our full squad available for United. हमें 3 गेम्स निकालने थे without a yellow card to either Partey or Saliba and I think Saka. एंड वो तीनों ने निकाल दिए विदाउट गेटिंग कार्डेड, सो दैट्स अ गुड थिंग. स्पेशली नॉर्थ लंडन डार्बी में हमें येलो कार्ड नहीं मिला भाई. फकिंग अमेजिंग. गैब्रियल को मिला था एक किसी गेम में, आई थिंक न्यूकासल में मिला था. सो दैट्स गुड. बट अगर काज़ेमिरो को येलो मिल गया पैलेस के अगेंस्ट, then he'll probably miss. Casemiro will not start. Yes, that will be an interesting thing to see how United line up against Palace, because 3 days after that they play Arsenal, and you don't want bhai. Yeah, ये tactical fouling geniuses कुछ होते हैं. Most of them end up being Brazilians only. Fernandinho was one, Rodri is another. Of course, he's Spanish and Casemiro is another. But you never know, dude. With the referees, Sadiq भाई, कुछ भी हो सकता है, कुछ कह नहीं सकते. लोगों को येलो कार्ड से प्रोटेस्ट करने के लिए मिल जाता है. So he might be a master at tactical fouling, but if he protests a decision by some other player and he shouts at the referee and referee gets ticked off, yellow card, and he's off for the United game. Hey Akshay, new viewer, welcome to the family. Akshay, nice to see you here. Thank you for joining. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. If you haven't liked the video, like the video if you haven't liked it. So I think, yeah, Casemiro is going to be a risk, but as somebody said upar ki I think Arsenal has too much quality to handle United. Yeah, I don't think so. I think there are certain moments that different players excel in different things. For example, if Rashford starts at the right versus Zinchenko, I think Zinchenko is going to get cooked, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. I think your playmakers in Eriksen and Bruno provide enough creative ability that they can together bypass Partey if they both play. I don't know how the Ten Hag will fit in, or even if that's your system. But I think Bruno is very crafty. I think Rashford is very quick. And I think where United excel and Spurs failed was the fact that United have better finishers. Rashford on a 1v1, you will give a chance to. If you had, यार देखो बहुत कम players होते हैं who you trust on a 1v1, and I trust Rashford. If Rashford was 1-on-1 with the keeper and दाव पे मेरी life थी, I think Rashford को मैं ही देता. That is it. I would trust Rashford with my life on a 1v1. Anthony, of course, you know, he can pull out moments of magic. Casemiro, a rock. Aapke defenders are very solid. Varane is playing really good. When you're gonna start membership, when I get monetized, and monetization के लिए आप लोगों को मेरी videos देखनी पड़ेंगी भाई. Why did you say Arteta will get sent off? Bhai, because I thought, and I think this is, if you see the game, yeah, Vishal, none of our players reacted too much when we got fouled. When Spurs fans were attacking, when Spurs players were attacking us. Remember that Richarlison push on Ben White, and Ben White just did this and did not respond in any way. And Arteta pulling our players back. I think we have been briefed about the fact that we should not overreact because मिल जाएगा. अरे मेरे को पता है भाई, बट उसको द फैक्ट दैट ही गेट्स 1v1 इज अ ह्यूज थिंग. और आर्सेनल की कीपर रैमस्डेल ने बहुत अच्छा खेला है, बट 1v1 रैशफोर्ड हमेशा मारते हैं हमारे अगेंस्ट. हाँ, 1000 सब्स हैं मेरे भाई, 1.6 हो गया इफ आई एम नॉट मिस्टेकन। वॉच टाइम, वॉच टाइम अभी आई थिंक आई एम अ क्वार्टर ऑफ द वे बैक मैन। लेट मी चेक माय स्टूडियो really quick, I'll tell you. So watch time requirement is 4000 hours, and if I look at the monetization, I have 1780 watch hours. So I am reaching halfway. I'm, let's say, 40% there. तो अभी है। ओके, लॉरीज का स्पिल है ना, मैं कह रहा था भाई लॉरीज का कुछ होगा यार, लॉरीज तो है ही ऐसा। um, yeah, we were very composed. I it was a very surprising thing for me, Vishal, because I expected us to go ballistic, and occasion कभी कभी हमारे सर पे चढ़ जाती है, but I think it's a good change. और कभी भैया दिल्ली जे स्टेडियम में दिखा सकता हूँ फुटबॉल खेले, हाँ हाँ हाँ, बिल्कुल बिल्कुल। um, yeah, if you guys can afford that, then it's good. देखो, one thing United does not want to do is lose against Palace or drop points against Palace. I know United are the favorites against Palace on Wednesday, tomorrow, but let's not forget they do have a Zaha, Crafty. They do have Eze. They do have Olise. They are decent players. Chalo, Palace is not playing good. I expect United to win. But if United drop points against Palace, then doesn't really matter, right? What the result with Arsenal is. Yes, passion fight, can't wait to see tussle between Kazi and Xhaka. Yes. Have you watched any Irish game in stadium? Not yet, yaar. I think this season is about to start though. So let's see. Let's see. Are you happy? Yes, yes. I'm very happy. The ideal result would have been a City United draw. But जितना भी City हमसे पीछे रहे, उतना हमारे लिए better है. If and when Arsenal wins the title, Arteta this year or Wenger का double 97. यार, two very different, very good question and very difficult question to answer, Sadik bhai. I would actually, you know who Arteta's reign reminds me of, Sadik bhai? George Graham. A team which was struggling, had no identity. George Graham came and sort of gave them sort of a disciplinarian identity. And now George Graham eventually went on to manage Spurs. तो मेरे को पता है कि काफी लोगों का नहीं जाता है उस पे. But yeah, he's been heralded as a great manager for Arsenal. I think Arteta and George Graham have much more similarities. What I would value more, I think Wenger. I'm a nostalgia. I'm a romantic. I would always value Wenger's achievements more because he reshaped English football completely. Um, and yeah, I think Wenger, man. Wenger changed the face of our club. लिवरपूल पे क्या लगता है, रिसर्जेंस है कुछ? हो सकती है. अभी आएगा डियाज वापस, तो देखते हैं क्या होता है. आई थिंक दे आर टू अनबैलेंस्ड. जब तक मिडिल के इश्यूज सॉर्ट नहीं होते तब तक बहुत मुश्किल है युवराज. बट आई थिंक, आई स्टिल थिंक लिवरपूल आई हैव एन आउटसाइड चांस ऑफ टॉप 4. मेरे को पता नहीं क्यों लगता है यार. देखो, लिवरपूल के प्लेयर्स की एक एडवांटेज है, देव बिन हियर, नॉट हियर एज इन दिस पोजिशन, हियर इन वेरी टफ, mentally difficult situations, and they've coped with it very well. They went toe to toe with Man City every game week. They still came up short, and then they eventually won the title. They won pretty much every trophy. So the players have the mentality to actually claw this back. And half a season is a huge thing, भाई. मतलब 8 पॉइंट की लीड है. मैं तो इसलिए नहीं कहता आर्सेनल टाइटल फेवरेट्स हैं, बिकॉज 8 पॉइंट की लीड ऐसी चली जाती है. याद है जिस सीजन सिटी अपना लास्ट डे पे जीती थी, वो अग्वेरो वाला गोल था. यूनाइटेड ने भी 8 पॉइंट लीड बॉटल करी थी 5 गेम्स रहते हुए, ऐसी कुछ था. तो यार, हाफ अ सीजन इज टू लॉन्ग, एंड आई थिंक लिवरपूल कैन कम बैक. 89 लीग under George Graham was the best. I was that. I won't comment. I don't exactly remember this. Um, Harry Kane or Osimhen, what will you prefer? I would prefer nobody at United. I will prefer some players at Arsenal, please. Would love for Brighton. Yes, 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 yes. Brighton, I think they deserve it a lot. I'm glad we lost out on Mudryk. It's okay, okay, okay. Let's talk about Mudryk now. Where is it? Oh, I did not create a Mudryk banner. But okay, we can channel this Mudryk discussion into this eventually. Okay. 1 घंटा हो गया है स्ट्रीम को. वी विल आई विल स्ट्रीम फॉर 1 more hour और 1.5 hours मैक्स. नहीं, एक्चुअली 1 more hour यार. आई हैव टू लीव उसके बाद फॉर वर्क. ओके, दिस ट्रांसफर विंडो, and I would like Sadik bhai's also opinion on this. because he's a very learned man. I think this transfer window will set up a new standard for what transfers will be in the future. This will either completely break the market or reset the market. 100 million for a player is not uncommon. You've seen 100 million के आसपास के लिए सब प्लेयर्स जाते हैं. यूरोस की बात कर रहा हूँ मैं. ठीक है, एंटनी 90 मिलियन पाउंड्स का था तो 100 मिलियन यूरो हो गए. लुकाकू 2 बार 90 के आसपास गया हुआ है. पॉगबा, नेमार, बहुत सारे प्लेयर्स हैं. ठीक है. 100 million for a player from the Ukrainian league. I am just talking about Mudryk. I am not salty about losing out on Mudryk. I'm not happy that he's gone to Chelsea. I'm very ambivalent about it. आप लोगों ने कितने लोगों ने यूक्रेनियन लीग देखी है? In this chat, I see 60 people. I expect at least 20 comments. How many of you have seen a single game of the Ukrainian league? And how many of you have seen Mudryk, if you're not a Madrid fan, if you've seen Mudryk in the Champions League? The reason I ask you this transfer is unique in a way, and I think ये आर्ट्स ब्लॉग पे भी बात हुई थी. It is the first time the media and politics have conspired to inflate the value of one person to this degree. आप लोगों ने अगर मिकेलो मुद्रिक के बारे में नहीं देखा, आई लाइक टू थिंक दैट इंडियन पीपल आर वन ऑफ द मोस्ट एविड वॉचर्स ऑफ फुटबॉल. ठीक है, इंडियन एशियंस वट एवर यू वांट टू कॉल इट, पीपल आउटसाइड यूरोप आर एविड वॉचर्स ऑफ फुटबॉल. Seen him in Champions League, not a Madrid fan. Fine, there's one. All I think is this inflation of value has a lot to do with media, has a lot to do with journalists, and I don't even mean mainstream media. Instagram, look, rookies draft and collect assets. If 4 or 10 of them, yes. Maybe यार देखते हैं सादिक भाई how Boli works. He has a very successful ownership style in America, but I just think, yeah, this Mudryk transfer is so strange to me. I'm surprised that Arsenal were willing to pay 95 million. And I'm not saying Chelsea ne market break kar diya, because if Chelsea hadn't paid, Arsenal would have broken the market. And I would have still been very shocked. I would have been happy with getting a player. But this Mudryk transfer is so weird, yaar. Fabrizio constantly tweeting about it. ठीक है? It's not even Fabrizio. Every journalist was tweeting about this one player. This one player that seemingly everyone has missed out on. If Madrid can find Endrick and pay 60 million for him, I don't know. This an inflation of value, and has this been the first transfer जिसमें media, journalists, Instagram, social media, all of those things have conspired to reach a value of 100 million? How much of politics of the Ukrainian war play a part in this? I don't know. Um, yes. Sadiq Bhai is right about the American ownership as well. Why didn't Chelsea pay 100 million for Enzo? Because Shantanu, the deal that is structured for Enzo ki total buyout clause was 120 million, and a buyout clause has to be played upfront, one at once. They have signed him Mudryk for 100 million with an 8.5 year contract. So you spread that 100 you divide 100 by 8.5. Do it by 8 only. That's just over a 13 के आसपास. So this season Chelsea have actually spent 13 million on Mudryk. Next season they will also spend 13 million on Mudryk, and next season again and again and again. The deal is something like 40 plus, 70 plus 30, sorry. So 70 million over 8 years is just about 10 million plus 30 million in bonuses, whatever it is. Amortization हुई है Mudryk की over 8 years is why, like Devansha said, it's actually going to be less. But amortization, like I say, is not a jadoo ki chhadi. Yes, you are deflecting the cost over multiple years, but you're also taking on debt for multiple years. But the good thing is Chelsea is signing them to 8 year contracts, not 5 year contracts, and most clubs. 450 and most of the expensive flopped Sterling, Kukurea, Koulibaly, Oba, ruining the market of everything. That's what I hate Chelsea for, man. It is nostalgia. I am back in 2000, 2003, 2004. Chelsea breaking the market again. And Chelsea fans thinking ki bhai, we are back, we are villains again, everyone hates us, ha ha ha. This is not healthy. It's not healthy. I don't know what Boli is trying to do, and I'm not going to pretend that I understand what he's doing. But neither am I going to be like he has a plan or he doesn't have a plan. Because when Arteta was doing his recruitment and Edu was doing a recruitment, nobody saw what we were doing. To be honest, most of our fans also didn't see what we were doing. So maybe Boli is doing something that we don't understand. He is, देखो, there is an implicit behavior towards humans. When you see somebody rich and successful, you automatically assume that they are smart and they know what they're doing. It's not always true. um are going to donate 25 million to the homeless people. Yeah, there is some part of, but that is not from the transfer fees. That is the president himself doing his own donation. But you see, okay, let's take a look at how Mudryk was also unveiled at Stamford Bridge. A Ukrainian flag. He was paraded around Stamford Bridge. I think politics is a huge part of this. In a once Russian owned club, a Ukrainian flag is flying. There will be a friendly played by Chelsea, which again, like I said, an old Russian club, will be playing in Ukraine. This is as much about symbolism, optics, and politics as it is about football. Um, the risk that Boli is taking is a bit Bartimaeus. 5 to 6 work then good, but say 5 6 fail. These still will be an albatross choking out there. Bhai Sadiq bhai, if these guys miss out on Europe this season altogether, and let's say God forbid next season be also they miss out, it's all fucked for them, bhai. And you see there are teams strengthening over and over again. Chalo, it takes a lot for a team of random players to be brought together and work and learn and grow. Arsenal finished 8-6-6, something like this. If this is what Chelsea also finish, it's not looking good for them. It's not. Arsenal could make these Gabriel Jesus and Zinchenko signings because we haven't spent like Chelsea and we had some money left and we can afford to make 100 million signing now. But if Chelsea finish 8-6-6 after spending this much money, they're screwed. Yes, clubs. This is why I think it's breaking the transfer window. Rafinha के ऊपर 100 million का tag आ गया है. अभी मूसा डियाबी के ऊपर जो rumors आ रहे थे आर्सेनल के लिए, that is also 100 million tag. Arteta and Edu know what they are doing. It's not a joke. We are so good. I understand, my friend, but we find ourselves in a position where we did not expect to find ourselves. And so I think it is illogical to proceed with the same plan that we had before when we at the start of the season. At the start of the season, I think we expected to be in top 4, and uske basis pe we would have finished, we would have spent maybe 50-60 million in this window, or 40-50, whatever it might be. Declan Rice rumors, I don't think so. I think it's very fishy that we have decided to leak that. If we have not decided, then Rice's agent has decided to leak that. Either we're trying to bait Chelsea to spend more and test their resolve, or we're genuinely interested in them. But this is a very suspicious time to leak this. Like I was saying, yeah, I think politics is a huge thing that is a part of this Ukrainian, part of this Mudryk to Chelsea deal. Have you seen kitni excitement say that Shakhtar Twitter page was actually celebrating Chelsea में जाना Mudryk का? I don't know, man. It's just I'm telling you, इस ट्रांसफर की रियलिटी शायद से अगले 5-10 साल तक नहीं पता चले, या शायद से 1 महीने में पता चल जाए. आजकल की मीडिया का कुछ भरोसा नहीं है. Maybe Romain Molina comes up with some expose or something. I hate to be conspiratorial, and it looks like I am being salty. I really don't care if he missed out on Mudryk. I cared on the day जिस दिन ये ट्रांसफर सूप ये गजम्प हो गया था, ये हाईजैक हो गया था. आई वाज रियली पिस्ड ऑफ. बट तब से आई रियली डोंट केयर बिकॉज वी आर नॉट दिस क्लब, मैन. एंड आई एम सॉरी, it sucks. I hate it from my own self, but we are not a club who can spend 100 million, dude, on willy nilly. Maybe it's a blessing in disguise. Maybe God has a plan, whatever you want to believe in, that we did not spend 100 million on Mudryk. But I'll tell you one thing. It just shows one thing that has worked against Arsenal is this. We have shown other teams how much we are willing to go if we want a player, and other teams will fleece us. जैसे यूनाइटेड को चूना लगा लेते हैं हर एक लास्ट यूरो के लिए. अब वो हमारी बारी आएगी. हमने दिखा दिया कि हम एक अनप्रूवन यूक्रेनियन लीग के विंगर के लिए हम 100 मिलियन देने तक तैयार थे. 95 मिलियन तक हम रुक गए थे. And it's a good thing we did not want to go into a bidding war. But I think from Declan Rice to your Rafinhas to your Ferran Torres to your everyone, it just sounds that now everyone sees how desperate we are and they will charge us every last bit of euro they can find, because the pressure is on our board now. We had two targets for January, Joao Felix and Mudryk, and we missed out on both. Okay? It's not banter, it's not Chelsea are bigger, it's simply they had the money and they spent it. And that's what every club should do. If we have the money, spend it. जो हम सोचते हैं चेल्सी को जिस चीज़ के लिए कोसते हैं, वही चीज़ में भी फकिंग साउथहैम्पटन हमको कोसेगी आर्सेनल को, या नापोली कोसेगी आर्सेनल को। नापोली को इतने सारे प्लेयर्स चाहिए होते हैं हमारे। When we were linked to Torreira, Napoli wanted them, we got Torreira. They wanted Partey, we were linked to Partey, we got Partey. ठीक है? तो नापोली का जब भी इंटरेस्ट होता है, अम, हम हम उनसे टारगेट छीन लेते हैं, एंड सेम थिंग चेल्सी डज टू अस, सो देयर इज ऑलवेज अ बिगर फिश. But I don't know, man. This Mudryk transfer seems to me very odd. The man was basically wanting to play for Arsenal. ये तो सबके सामने clear हो गया था, and Chelsea just went and decided to go for them. Now, apparently, according to news, and Athletic is usually reliable, that Potter ने Mudryk से बात करी. He told them about the project, and I think the only thing that he could offer Mudryk over Arsenal is that maybe by the end of the season he will be a guaranteed starter. And देखो, Mudryk wants a Premier League move. He knows he's a very committed boy. He's a very hardworking boy. Ukrainian journalists कहते हैं he's in the mold of Cristiano Ronaldo. That's the level of hard work he does. And if he is a hardworking boy, he will never leave an opportunity to go to the Premier League. He wants to test himself, prove himself, whatever. I just think Chelsea is not the environment to go to. अगर आप चेल्सी में आप फेल हो गए, भाई हम लोग 3 साल पेपे के साथ चिपके हुए थे भाई. वी वर सपोर्टिंग हिम फॉर 3 years. वी आर होपिंग अब पेपे का सीजन है, अब पेपे का सीजन है, अब पेपे का सीजन है. काय ये जो हाइप दिख रही है ना मुझे, ये अंकुंकू, फीलिक्स और मुड्रिक की, ये मैंने सारे सेम सोशल मीडिया पोस्ट देखे थे व्हेन दे सेंड पुलिसिच, बर्नर एंड हैवर्ट्स. द लीग इज नॉट रेडी. Chelsea is not that club, dude. And the reason I think what Mudryk has done, yeah, they've also offered double the wages. The reason I think Mudryk ने बुरा decision लिया है is because you don't really know when Potter is gonna get sacked, bro. If Chelsea finish 13th in this league, you think Potter is staying? If he stays, fair play to Chelsea, they're changing. But the fans will hound everyone, bro. And मैंने उस दिन टाइगर बीस्ट को बहुत रूडली, आई डोंट नो मैंने टाइगर बीस्ट को नहीं, मैंने चेल्सी के लिए बहुत रूडली बोल दिया था, कांट वेट फॉर मुड्रिक टू हियर एब्राहमोविच के चैंट्स इन द चेल्सी स्टेडियम. आई डोंट नो होगा या नहीं होगा, because Boli is spending as much as Abrahamovich. But बताऊं what's going to be different with Boli? Boli is beckoning to some shareholders. Abrahamovich का खुद का पैसा था. He could write that debt off. Boli ये debt off write नहीं कर पाएगा. ये debt write off नहीं कर पाएगा. And if Boli and eventually in 10-15 years clearly decide to move away from Chelsea, ये debt Chelsea के साथ रहेगा. So I don't know, man, what Chelsea is doing. I'm not going to pretend to know that I am some very smart person that knows what's happening at Chelsea. So I will give them whatever. They know that they need to rebuild the club, and they're rebuilding in a blitz. And maybe it's a little annoying for other fans of other clubs, but this is how Chelsea has always been, and you are just experiencing it first time. चावल सस्ता हो जाएगा समय. देखो, सादिक भाई, he's always said he wants to play in the Champions League. He's seen his friends, all his friends from England under 21, England under 19 play for big teams and play in the Champions League. Hey Akash, how are you, man? I just think कि समर के आते आते सब ठीक हो ही जाएगा. I mean, I don't know. West Ham will want. वही मैं कह रहा हूँ ना सादिक भाई, अब कुछ कह नहीं सकते ट्रांसफर विंडो के बारे में यार. आपने यूक्रेन के एक लड़के के लिए 100 मिलियन दे दिया आपने, ठीक है. सेम स्ट्रीम मियन बाबा. हाँ, ऑफ कोर्स, इफ दैट्स पॉसिबल, श्योर मैन. बट वही है ना, मेरे पास दिन के 2 घंटे का स्लॉट रहता है और तब तक बाबा फ्री नहीं होते. बट हो सकता है किसी दिन जब चेल्सी आर्सेनल का मैच होगा तब हम बात करेंगे. मैं सोच रहा था बाबा को टेक्स्ट करूं, एक दिन हम रखते हैं, स्ट्रीम अच्छा रहेगा. बट देन व्हाट प्लेयर शुड वी साइन? If everyone's going to fail, we have to take risk now. There's always a risk when you sign a player. It's just stupid when there's 50% chance. देखो, I agree with you, man. Mursal Imtiaz, that's a very good thing. We have to take risks, and that is what I'm saying. We are not the club who spent 100. मैं इसी point पे आने वाला था. Sorry, we are not the club who spent 100 million on a player, and it sucks and it hurts. But we have to be. हम एक ऐसी पोजीशन पे आ गए जहाँ हमने एक्सपेक्ट नहीं किया था अपने आप को फाइंड करना. एंड इफ यू डोंट विन द टाइटल अगेन, भाई, अगर ये कॉर्पोरेट बिजनेस होता ना, और अगर हम ऑन द वर्ज ऑफ सम रियली बिग टर्नओवर या रियली बिग प्रॉफिट पे होते, एंड जस्ट बिकॉज वी डिड नॉट डू अ ड्यू डिलिजेंस और वी डिड नॉट prepare well in the background and we missed out on our huge deal, लोग फायर होते हैं उन सब चीज़ों के लिए. एंड आई एम नॉट सेइंग एडू आउट और एनीथिंग, बट यार, अगर हमें टाइटल जीतने हैं, तो हमें कुछ करना तो पड़ेगा. अब चाहे 100 मिलियन दो या 120 मिलियन दो या जो भी दो, we cannot function like we are in fourth because we are in first and we have to stay in first. लिवरपूल की टीम जो इतने सालों तक जीती थी, हाँ भाई, कमेंट्स दिख रहे हैं, इट्स जस्ट देयर आर टू मेनी कमेंट्स बाय अल्फा. इफ आई कीप टेकिंग कमेंट्स आई विल नेवर बी एबल टू मेक माय पॉइंट. इफ यू डोंट टेक द रिस्क राइट नाउ, एक लिवरपूल टीम जो इतनी विनिंग मेंटालिटी के साथ सिटी को खींच के लेके फाइनली एक टाइटल जीती पिछले 5 साल में, we have to do it. I'm sorry, we have to do it. We just have too many young players. We have to bolster our. It is not fair on Eddie Nketiah to make him play so many games. It is not fair on Saka to make him play every game. It is not fair on Martinelli, भाई. ये लोग इतना खेले हैं. आप हमने हिस्ट्री में देखे आर्सेनल के सारे यंग प्लेयर्स की इंजरी करियर खराब कर देता है. And it is not fair on them that they should be carrying all of this burden by themselves. ठीक है, मार्टिनेली के लिए स्मिथरो आ जाएगा. एडी इंजर हो गया, क्या करोगे आप? एडी आप पूरे अगले, अगर मैं कहता हूँ गैब्रियल जेसस अप्रैल तक भी आएगा, क्या आप एडी एनकेटिया को अगले 3 महीने में हर गेम खिलाओगे? दैट इज मेंटल भाई. अभी एक पीरियड आने वाला है हमारा जिसमें मैं 8 दिन में 3 गेम खेलनी है. कैसे खेलेंगे हम 8 दिन में 3 गेम विदाउट एनी रीइंफोर्समेंट्स? The problem was Trossard to Arsenal. I don't want him apparently, and Arsenal doesn't want him either. Short-term fix hai, does not match the philosophy. He's a good finisher, but that's the thing. अमन, जैसे ऊपर भी कहा था मुरसल ने कि भाई सिंपल सी बात है, वी हैव टू टेक रिस्क्स नाउ. चाहे आप ट्रोसार्ड को 2 साल के कॉन्ट्रैक्ट के लिए ले लो यार, 3 साल के कॉन्ट्रैक्ट के लिए ले लो. मुकोकू, देखो, प्रॉब्लम ये थी जो एथलेटिक ने रिपोर्ट करी, दैट हमारे पास कोई और टारगेट नहीं थे एक्सेप्ट दीज टू. इट वाज, हमारी थिंकिंग थी कि हम मुद्रिक और फिलिक्स में से एक को सिक्योर कर लेंगे, फिर हम दूसरे के लिए ऑल इन चले जाएंगे. दोनों हमारे पास नहीं है. इट इज अ बिग ब्लो टू आर्सेनल, लेट्स बी ऑनेस्ट. चेल्सी हैव डिलीवर्ड अ बिग ब्लो टू आर्सेनल, ठीक है. एंड हमारे इनके अलावा और कोई टारगेट्स नहीं थे. अब फेकुंडो टोरेस, डियाबी, राइस, ये सब वो सब सारे नाम उड़ेंगे, बट हमें देखना पड़ेगा कि हमारी प्रोफाइल के लिए कौन है. देखो यार, इफ द क्लब नॉट शो एम्बिशन देन द यंग प्लेयर्स वोंट कमिट, एंड यही प्रॉब्लम है भाई. यही हमारी हिस्ट्री की सबसे बड़ी इशू है. हमने सही टाइम पे मैनेजर को बैक नहीं किया, हमने सही टाइम पे प्लेयर्स नहीं लाए. हमारे सारे हाई पोटेंशियल प्लेयर्स छोड़ के चले गए. वैन पर्सी, फैब्रिगास, नाजरी. यू कैन नॉट रिपीट दैट ब्रो, यू कैन नॉट रिपीट दैट. एंड एक और चीज बताऊं, आर्टेटा का इस टाइम मैनेजेरियल स्टॉक इतना हाई है, अगर आर्टेटा को बैकिंग नहीं मिली, देयर इज नो गारंटी दैट आर्टेटा विल कमिट बियॉन्ड दिस 3 years. हमने उसको एक बहुत सही टाइम पे कॉन्ट्रैक्ट ऑफर कर दिया, विच इज अ बिट ऑफ अ जीनियस मूव भाई, जब हम वो 3 गेम्स हारे थे और क्लब ने उसको एक्सटेंडेड कॉन्ट्रैक्ट दिया, ठीक है. अगर आप आर्टेटा को बैक नहीं करोगे और कोई और मड्रिड या बारसा या फिर बायर्न या कोई और टीम आके उसको बोलती कि भाई यू मैनेज आवर क्लब, मैं नहीं कह रहा ठीक है उनको अभी उनमें से कोई मैनेजर सैक होगा, बट कोई भी some other big top 5 club in the world says Arteta come manage us, how will he say no? He'll be, मेरे को फंड्स उधर सारे मिलेंगे, मेरे को ये सब, मतलब he'll get support, everything he'll get in any place else. So you have to, as much as it's about winning the league, you also have to back Arteta to keep him here as well भाई. He is not now an amateur, he is an established manager जो 3 साल अच्छी मैनेजमेंट करी उसने. अगर एक आर्सेनल जैसे मेस को अच्छा कर सकता है, सोचो एक बढ़िया से स्ट्रक्चर्ड क्लब में वो क्या करेगा? तहलका मचा देगा भाई। सो हाँ, हाँ, मेरे को समझ इसका हम अच्छे से प्रीव्यू करेंगे यार एक दिन, अभी थर्सडे को वी विल डू अ प्रीव्यू फॉर द यूनाइटेड गेम एज़ वेल, नो डोंट वरी। Football is red. Danilo to Nottingham, हाँ, that's also a very fucking weird thing. But guys, simple as that, यार. If it comes to transfers, whether it's a Diaby, whether it's Rice, whether it's whoever, now the transfer market is broken and Chelsea has broken the transfer market. I hate it that it's going to be broken and I hate it that it's Chelsea again. But this is the game and you have to play it. If you don't play it, then you have no business being in the top of the club and there is no business where you feel that you are a big club. Then you're going into Spurs category all over again. You just need to pivot, deviate from your original plan because we are not in a position which we thought we were. अगर हम 8th होते, हम 7th होते, मैं बोलता कि भाई बस कुछ भी करके चैंपियंस लीग ले आओ, प्लीज जस्ट चैंपियंस लीग ले आओ। अगर हम 4th होते, मैं बोलता थोड़े और पैसे स्पेंड कर लो, बस 4th में रख लो हमें। मैड्रिड तो शायद ना हो cause he's a cooler, but yeah, Arteta could leave. That's the thing, यार. Arteta needs to be back, simple as that. And अगर हम फर्स्ट पे हैं भाई, आपको फर्स्ट पे रहना है, या तो आप डिक्लेयर कर दो कि भाई हमारे एम्बिशंस आर स्टिल चैंपियंस लीग, वी विल सी हाउ फार वी कैन गो। ठीक है, दैट्स ऑल आई विल से इज दैट what Arteta needs to do is push the board. What Edu needs to do is push the board. Show them कि boss KSE, Josh, Stan, whoever you are, we are here with the support you've given us. We are here a bit early. Now you need to support us to keep the title. I will tell you, एक प्रीमियर लीग टाइटल इस बोर्ड को अगले 5 साल तक बचाएगा. एक प्रीमियर लीग टाइटल will keep Edu, will keep Arteta in this job for the next 5 years. If we don't win it, ठीक है, that's fine. Some of us will be disappointed. Some of us will be what? Most of us will get trolled and whatever. But beyond all the trolling, beyond all the surface level Arsenal ने bottle कर दिया and all of this shit, you have to take a look at what went wrong at January. And if what went wrong at January was that there was a lack of adequate scouting and that we only put our eggs in two baskets called Joao Felix and Mikel Mudryk, then it's a problem. अभी 13 दिन बचे हैं ट्रांसफर विंडो में. दिस इज अ न्यू ट्रांसफर विंडो. व्हाट आर्टेटा एंड एडू नीड टू डू, forget that January transfer window has happened till now. Think of this as a new transfer window where you have 13 days to rebalance and reinforce the squad. देखो, यूनाइटेड ने कोई बड़ी नेम साइनिंग नहीं की है. वुड वेगहॉर्स्ट लिया है. इट इज अ वेरी यूटिलिटी बेस्ड साइनिंग. हमें भी यही करना है. मैं आई विल नॉट बी सरप्राइज्ड and I will refuse to hear any negative things if we sign somebody like Mirko Arnautovic को हमने ले लिया. उनसे बोले अर्नाटोविच से क्या होता है, अर्नाटोविच से क्या होता है. एडी की टांगे बच जाएंगी. ठीक है, बंदे को अर्नाटोविच को गोल मारने आते हैं, बढ़िया है. ठीक है, अगर हमने कोई विंगर ले लिया, इट डजंट हैव टू बी अ मीटोमा. अगर हमने सेंटर मिडफील्डर लिया, डजंट हैव टू बी काइसेडो. For 14 days, we need to rescout, we need to figure out how to allocate our money, and we need to figure out how to win this title, dude. एटलीस्ट फाइट करो टाइटल के लिए यार. अगर आपने जनवरी में रीइंफोर्स नहीं किया, क्राउड और फैंस की तो बददुआ छोड़ो भाई, आपने अपने क्लब को और अपनी जॉब को लेट डाउन कर लिया है. ठीक है, अरे अरे यार आकर्षण, ऐसे तो नहीं यार. आई डोंट माइंड अ शॉर्ट टर्म लोन फिक्स. यार आई डोंट थिंक एनीबडी माइंड्स दैट. Just loans are very difficult to make, man. First of all, you have nobody will loan a successful and a good player. ठीक है, people will loan out players. Jao Felix as a loan is an anomaly unless you get somebody like a Morata or something. I think we'll not won't sign anyone as now slowly board is work. My only thing is, man, how could a club at Arsenal's level, seeing the position it is in, only scout two players as transfer targets? Okay, maybe we narrowed down on two people and हमारे पास targets actually 6-7 हैं, तो fair enough. बट आपने कैसे कर लिया कि आपने दो ही लोगों को करा था और जैसे एक चला गया आपने दूसरे के लिए आप 100% नहीं गए. इट्स सो वियर्ड. टेक ओबामेयांग फ्रॉम चेल्सी. मेरे को एक्चुअली सपना आया था, तुम्हें पता है. व्हेन दिस मुड्रिक डील वाज़ हैपेंड, उसी रात मुझे सपना आया कि मैं फ़ोन मैंने ऑन किया अपने सपने में, एंड उसमें है कि आर्सेनल आर टेकिंग अ सेंसेशनल मूव एंड टेकिंग बैक Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang back to Arsenal. अरे बहनचोद, Yeremy Pino is feasible, but is it the player that Arteta wants? I don't know, dude. देखो, एथलेटिक कह रहा है या कोई और लोग कह रहे हैं that the reason we did not want to spend as much as Chelsea for Mudryk was because we want to sign Declan Rice in the summer. Declan Rice man जो चेल्सी के लिए टूर करता रहता है, he is a Chelsea fanboy, he wants to play for Chelsea. चलो Chelsea misses out on the Champions League and let's say best case West Ham also get relegated. तो क्या है, how good would it feel to have Lacazette right now? सादिक भाई, it'll only feel good on the चैंपियन FA कप, एंड वो भी खत्म हो जाता है इस हफ्ते अगर सिटी हमें हरा देगी। तो यार वही है, 60 मिलियन अपफ्रंट दे दो मीटोमा के लिए भाई। देखो देखो देखो, मैंने डीएम कब लोगे यार, कब से डीएम मांग रहे हैं पार्टे? अच्छा अच्छा अच्छा, मेरे को लगा मेरा खुद का डीएम। पार्टे कब तक खेला जाएगा? हाँ, जिरूड होम कमिंग, आई वोंट इवन माइंडेड भाई, आई वोंट इवन माइंडेड टू बी ऑनेस्ट सादिक भाई। ये जो कह रहे हैं अभी किसी ने 60 मिलियन कहा है अप फ्रंट फॉर मीटोमा, ये रहा गुलाजो एडिट्स। देखो, आई हैव सेड वी नीड टू पिवट फ्रॉम आवर original plan, and instead of slowly buying a squad of high potential players and everything, um thoda sa pivot karke let's get somebody and spend some money now. Let's also not get a little बावला। आई नो गुलाजो एडिट शायद से जोक कर रहे होंगे, बट इतने भी बावले नहीं होना है कि हम समर में कुछ स्पेंड ना कर सके, बिकॉज समर में जैसे हमारे बोर्ड ने भी कहा है बेस्ट वैल्यूड उधर ही आती है। केडीबी आउट, यस भैया। आई थिंक नेपोली इज द बेस्ट टीम इन यूरोप राइट नाउ। अब मैं थोड़े कमेंट्स ले रहा हूँ, तो अब आप अपने कमेंट्स भर भर के भेजो, क्योंकि मैंने काफी बोल दिया है। तो यू सेंड योर कमेंट्स एंड आई विल टेक देम, बिकॉज मैंने अब काफी बात कर ली। ओके, फेरन टोरेस, आर्टेटा likes him, but he loves Barcelona, so I don't think he'll move. What do you think about Chiesa as an option? ACL उसकी टूट गई थी भाई। Explosive and bolster. He is explosive, so are his ACLs, my friend. So if he gets injured, then it's back to square one. Has other options. He will never bet a transfer window on two. यार देखो, Arteta might have different plans, but Arteta is a different entity from the board. You have to know, Edu and Arteta are a team, yes, but Edu is beholden to Josh and Stan and Michael Lewis more. ठीक है, Tim Lewis, not Michael Lewis, Tim Lewis and Dick Garlic, Lord Allison. Whom would you take, Vlahovic or Osimhen? I think Vlahovic will go to Chelsea. Osimhen will go to United most likely. I think Brozovic could be a good backup. Brozovic is also moving somewhere, my friend. Brozovic is also moving. I think Bayern Munich की बात हो रही है। पैलेस की डीपी, ये लकी रेड्स भाई, लकी रेड्स को ना पैसे चार्ज करने चाहिए डीपी चेंज करने के लिए। Should we recall Balogun? No. The reason I say we should not recall Balogun, he's doing so well in France. Definitely हम उसको बेच के काफी पैसे कमा सकते हैं, क्योंकि यार ऑनेस्टली बताऊं, बालोगुन की जगह नहीं है हमारे पास। बालोगुन यंग है, ही वांट्स टू प्ले रेगुलरली, व्हाई विल ही बी थर्ड चॉइस स्ट्राइकर? भाई एडी ने सीमेंट कर दिया है अपने आप को एज अ सेकंड चॉइस स्ट्राइकर। तो बालोगुन को अच्छा खेलने दो फ्रांस में, 20-22 मिलियन में उसको बेच दो, सिंपल एज दैट। ओबामेयांग ले आओ। Targeting Diaby from Leverkusen, yes, but they're saying 100 million. Where is no update of Nelson injury? No idea, Ehsan bhai. There has been no update. Every time I check the press conference and the team ke notes, there has been no update. It still says a few weeks away. Kronk can never disappoint, do they? Nothing apart from a DM and Winger is going to convince me with them. That is the ideal window, my friend. But ideally, as somebody who can play in the forward three, Joao Felix was one of them, and the winger at a minimum, so that one of Martinelli and Saka can rest. Wait till we bring another Martinelli. यार एक वो Martinelli का नहीं, but La Liga fans, tell me, how is this Ivan Fresneda guy, the right back? I think if we get this Ivan Fresneda guy who's 18, who's a right back, I think we permanently move Tomiyasu to centre back. Tomiyasu becomes backup centre back. Rob Holding leaves. or he becomes Rob Holding's partner as the secondary centre back. So we have 4 centre backs. Ben White becomes a permanent right back, and Fresneda becomes the backup right back. But how is this Fresneda person, bhai? I didn't buy Arsenal stake to win trophies. The sooner people अरे नहीं, ये बहुत पहले की बात है यार. अब 5 6 7 8 साल पहले के कमेंट्स पे मत जाओ. एंड अब स्टैन नहीं, अब जॉश क्रॉन्के है. सो ही इज डिफरेंट. आर्सेनल शुड हैव गॉटन निको गोंजालेस फ्रॉम लोन पास पार्टे बैकअप. दोनों का फायदा हो जाता. आई डोंट नो अबाउट दिस प्लेयर सादिक भाई. इफ यू कुड टेल मी मोर देन आई विल बी हैप्पी टू लिसन. ब्रिंगिंग इन लाइमर बायर्न. यस, बायर्न विल ब्रिंग लाइमर. ब्रोजोविच की भी बात मैंने देखी थी. What I hear is that Josh and Stan wanted to offer some money, the same money as Chelsea, but Edu and Arteta wanted some discipline. I don't know, man. Sick Gaming मैंने तो इसकी नहीं देखी. If you can cite me a source or something, या फिर मेरे को comments में कोई link दे दो, या मेरे को Instagram पे या Twitter पे DM कर दो ये link, तो I'll also read about it. Lamar, I don't know. That chapter is closed. The way Arteta has managed Arsenal is remarkable. So with Eric Ten Hag with no board support, I think it's a little. Hey, listen, don't say no board support, man. Come on, you spent 200 million plus. What is this? What, if this is not board support, what is board support? Crystal Palace is the best. Yes, Lucky Reds आ गए अपने जिंक्स के साथ. Mitoma, good option. Jeremy Pino, feasible, but DMF Lawyer part is the VIP of our team. He's the general man. You see his ratings in every game. The man is constantly dropping a 7.5 to an 8. Newcastle लेगा Fresneda को. Maybe. Do they need a right back? Who is the right back? Who is the right back actually? Huh, maybe they will. The way Arteta has managed, हाँ हो गया. Tariq Lamptey, छोटू यार, छोटू गांड नहीं. राइट बैक है ना. अगर फ्रेसनेटा नहीं मिलेगा तो फिर ले लो लैम्टी को. कुदूस, यस, कुदूस इज अ गुड शाउट, बट ही इज अ फॉरवर्ड गोइंग पर्सन. आई थिंक डेक्लन राइस इज, जैसे कह रहे हैं दनियाल, डेक्लन राइस वुड बी आइडियल डूड. आई डोंट नो हाउ ही फिट्स इनटू अ पोजेशन बेस्ड टीम. ही इज एन एलीट प्लेयर, बट अगेन चेल्सी अपने हाथ तो मारेगी एक दो बार. यस, फ्रेसनेडा. Norton Cuffy is also good, but I think he's still a couple of years away from first team. ड्रैक्सलर, हिगुआइन और बेंजेमा के रूमर्स अभी आने वाले हैं गाइस. ट्रिपियर, हाँ यार, ट्रिपियर ही तो है उनका राइट बैक. में क्या कर रहा हूँ. ये समर में हम देखेंगे यार. मेरे को तो लग रहा है चेल्सी इधर भी हाथ मारेगी. गुस्तो, क्या है, मिकेल गुस्तो था, क्या नाम था, ब्राजीलियन है ये बंदा भी. देखते हैं. उनाही इज ऑल्सो एन ऑप्शन. उनाही के लिए आई थिंक लीड्स बात कर रही है अभी. काफी सारे लोग बात कर रहे हैं यार. से देखते हैं उनाही का क्या है. जूड बेलिंगम मिल सकता है क्या? अगर फर्स्ट आए तो जरूर मिलेगा. मैं मजाक भी नहीं कर रहा. इफ वी एक्चुअली गेट फर्स्ट, वी आर इन फॉर अ शॉट. आई वोंट से हमें मिलेगा फॉर श्योर, बट वी आर. मालो गुस्तो, यस. किसी को भी ले आओ. ले आओ, मैन. पर्सनली आई डोंट लाइक हिम. He's a very good player, but he is free to change his mind, free to change my mind. Leo is a difficult transfer to finish as well. Milan hai, he also likes Milan. I'm sure he'd love Chelsea. देखो यार गाइस, एक बात तो है, हमारे सारे बड़े टारगेट के लिए हमें चेल्सी को तो compete करना ही पड़ेगा. चेल्सी के पास अभी बहुत पैसा है, बहुत पैसा है. देखते हैं ट्रांसफर विंडो पे क्या इफेक्ट पड़ता है चेल्सी के सबका. बिकॉज या तो ट्रांसफर विंडो रीसेट होगा, दैट मीन्स प्लेयर की वैल्यूज इतनी है होंगी कि अब सब फ्री एजेंट साइन करेंगे, या फिर बोली की तरह सब लोग 8 8 ईयर के कॉन्ट्रैक्ट देना शुरू कर देंगे, या फिर अब सब 100 मिलियन से ही प्राइस रेंज शुरू होगी. बट आई थिंक इट्स वेरी वियर्ड. Edu could negotiate with Shakhtar. He should go near Napoli. We'd be stripped naked. भाई डे लोरेनाइटिस फाड़ देगा एडू को. दे दो अभी कोई भी. हाँ, लेट RM टेक जूड. वी शुड गो फॉर कामाविंगा. कामाविंगा, आई डोंट थिंक कि कामाविंगा वाली रिपोर्ट सच है यार. मुझे तो नहीं लगता. चेल्सी इतने विंगर्स लेके चेल्सी खिलाएगी क्या? मैं बताऊं क्या होगा. ये ना समर में क्लियर आउट शुरू हो जाएगा इनका. काय हैवर्ट्स रहेगा, पुलिसिच विल गो. वैसे क्लियर आउट भी क्या होगा. आई थिंक पुलिसिच विल गो, एस्पिलिक्वेटा विल गो, ये मिडल को अभी रीइंफोर्स करेंगे तो उसके बेसिस पे कोवाचिच एंड जॉर्जिनियो विल प्रॉब्ली गो. कांटे विल आल्सो रिन्यू फॉर मे बी 2-3 years. देखते हैं. जेड स्पेंस को ले आए स्पट से. अरे यार जेड स्पेंस भाई, फ्री जेड स्पेंस. सैविच, मिलिंकोविच सैविच. यार ये हर साल ना बंदा हमेशा अपेरेंटली मार्केट पे होता है बट कहीं जाता नहीं है. सो एबन आई रियली डोंट नो अबाउट व्हाट हैपेंस विद मिलिंकोविच सैविच. आर दे इंटरफेयरिंग? एफएफपी डजंट लुक लाइक इट यार. एफएफपी will only be on their ass if Premier League FFP is anyway a joke. So मुझे नहीं लगता FFP is going to be an issue. They'll, you know what Chelsea will preferably do? They'll take a transfer ban. But what will transfer ban do when they in that one window they've bought players for 3 windows? तो क्या है? We want Pepe back. We have no backup for Saka. That will be the worst case scenario, bro. That will be the worst case scenario. Bissouma is the perfect. We should have got 25 million under that at a backup for Partey. Will be beautiful. Yeah, yeah. अब तो यार हाइंडसाइट में सभी लगता है. Madrid will not sell. हाँ, I don't think so either, my friend. Tielemans looks likely, but most likely will go somewhere else. I think if we wanted Tielemans, we would have gotten him. हमने Tielemans वाली विंडो में तो डगलस लुइस के लिए बिड करना शुरू कर दिया था. हमने Tielemans के लिए तो गए नहीं. So I don't think we'll go for Tielemans. If Mudryk scores us in Liverpool, I will be pissed. I want to see how he plays, dude. उस बंदे पे इतनी आंखें होंगी ना, बिकॉज मैं कह रहा हूँ ये बहुत बहुत डेफिनेटिव ट्रांसफर विंडो होने वाली है. सॉरी, ट्रांसफर होगा. आई होप ही स्कोर्स मैन, बिकॉज द बॉय लुक्स ऑनेस्टली, ही लुक्स लाइक अ नाइस किड डूड. बंदा मेहनत करता है. अभी तक मैंने उसके बारे में कुछ कंट्रोवर्शियल चीज नहीं पढ़ी है. लव्स हिज कंट्री, loves the club he plays for, and tries to help the club wherever it is. So I hope he scores, dude, or whatever. He's good enough. Even after Savage retires, there'll be rumors of an insane. Chucky Lozano. Array. Chucky Lozano. Chucky Lozano. Good, good. No idea who Zubimendi is, bhai. So I will not comment. Tielemans is too slow. I don't think he can do what Partey does, dude. His defense is not that great. He's not that press resistant. Why will you get him for Partey? You can get him for Shaka. I think I think midfielders will go in the summer. I think we'll gamble on Partey's fitness, which I think is absolutely insane. And I think in the for midfielders will go in the summer. Right now it's striker and winger. Mudryk looks not so excited. He hasn't posted yet. I don't think we should read too much into that, yeah. Yes, he was very online when it came to Arsenal rumors, but I think that time he was pushing for a move to Arsenal. But I think most people shouldn't read into this too much, यार. उसने ट्विटर पे डाल दिया है प्राउड टू बी ब्लू और समथिंग, इंस्टाग्राम पे नहीं डाला है यार. आई थिंक पीआर इज नॉट हिज स्ट्रॉन्ग सूट, नीदर व्हाट ही वांट्स टू एंगेज इन पीआर. ये सब लोग जो कह रहे हैं ही लुक्स डिप्रेस्ड जॉइनिंग चेल्सी एंड एवरीथिंग, क्या ये बंदे ने, देखो यार, अगर बंदे को इतनी नासहमति थी, व्हाई वुड ही साइन एन 8.5 year कॉन्ट्रैक्ट मैन? You know he's how old is Mudryk? 22, dude. He's signed a contract with 30 and a half. Choosing Chelsea was his biggest. Yes, bro. Who is that DM from Monaco? Looks like a player. I hope you're not talking about Bakayoko, man. Fofana? नहीं, Fofana तो लेंस में है. पता नहीं है, पता नहीं. Should buy Brighton and make them Arsenal feeder. Hey, Brighton is such a big club, man. अच्छी बात नहीं है ऐसी. पार्टी की बड़ी इंजरी बाकी है. हाँ, उसका एनुअल इंजरी एंड our season collapse is waiting for us. I hope he succeed even if he'll be playing for Chelsea. Ha, dude. Yeah, anybody who loves Arsenal as much as that guy loved Arsenal, no, I'll never wish bad for him, except games against us. Being in UCL will give big advantage in the summer. True. It can help us get Declan Rice. Looking towards meeting you guys on Sunday. Yes, bhai Buller Saab. I'm really excited for this United game, by the way, because I think it's going to be a. I don't think it's a definitive game, regardless if Arsenal lose or United lose. If United lose, doesn't mean United is shit. If Arsenal doesn't mean Arsenal is shit. It just means in that point of our process or in that games, just sometimes one team is better than the other, man. And I will not put too much stock. Of course, it's a very exciting game and I want to win. I would really want to beat United really badly. But I won't put too much stock into that game, bhai. I think Mudryk is the next big star. Let's hope so, man. Let's hope so. Like, never should never be against any good young players. I like Mount as well, bhai. Even though Chelsea fans don't like Mount. I like Mount. Um, I wish Mount also the best. I wish Kai Havertz the best, dude. If the teams around us drop points and we somehow manage to win the Premier League a month early, Mudryk to give guard of honor at the Emirates. ये तो भाई, ये तो सपने वाली बात हो गई यार. ये तो मतलब बहुत ही अच्छी नींद आई होगी आपको ये सब सोचते हुए. बट हाँ, अमेजिंग होगा. I don't think one owner can have two teams in the same country or league, something like that. Hmm. What's up, Divyansh? Nothing, nothing, bhai. Sab badhiya. Brother, transfer fees is eating up his mind. Let's see, dude. Fofana. Right. तो मैं किसका सोच रहा था? हाँ. By signing the contract, he's risking his whole career, man. I think it's less of a thing. देखो, I think if he's not successful, Boli will sell him off in 4 years. If he's successful, then they have him tied down for 8 years, and he has no leverage to force a move out. तो देखते हैं यार क्या होता है. The price was just too much for Arsenal. Has great potential, hadn't shown consistency to warrant the price. He's also 22, man. He has big potential. People are saying he's like Ronaldo. I don't know. We shouldn't lose to United at home. I don't think we will, bhai. I think we'll beat United. I think it'll be a close game, but I think we'll beat United 1-0 or 2-1. I think I think our defense is just good enough to manage United, and our attack is just good enough to score one. Although their defense is really really good, bhai. He wanted to actually come out of the league and join the EPL. हाँ, exactly. I think अगर हम price match कर लेते ना, तो आ जाता हमारे पास. It's all politics. Imagine your previous boss coming with your new company on your first day. Sorry to. No, I know. I think it's got a lot to do with politics, Eben. I think it'll become clear in the future, bhai. Bring back Danny Ceballos. बाल खींचने लग जाएगा. Yeah, he built the best choice for himself is true. Living in a war zone and now he'll live in London. Yeah, making good money. I've never been hyped so much. Yes, it's a very hyped match, bhai. Mount is like Chandni Chowk ka Odegaard. How many Fofanas are there in Europe right now? It's too many. Too many Fofanas, too many Dembeles. I was thinking about Seiko Fofana. You're right. Bhai, your thoughts on Arsenal's new link-ups like Rafinha, Torres and Rice? Lohit, um, Rafinha nahi aayega. 100 million. He just won his first trophy. Just gave an interview saying, I love Barcelona and I want to stay here at this club for as long as possible. Torres again loves Barcelona, won't come. Rice, I don't know. It's a very suspicious thing to be linked with him right now. But वो भी है, अगर होगा तो summer में होगा, and summer is too far away, man. And he loves Chelsea. It'll feel very weird for us to sign Declan Rice. Asensio for Arsenal. भाई देखो, if Mudryk is worth 100 million, how much is Asensio worth? He's a Spanish international. Mudryk is a Ukrainian international. Asensio has played at Real Madrid. He's played in the Champions League. He's played so many games. He's scored goals. He's gotten assists. Is Real Madrid? If Real Madrid says if Mudryk can go for 100, Asensio should go for 120. Are they wrong? किस मुंह से बोलोगे आप उनको कि एसेंसियो की इतनी प्राइस नहीं है? ओ बैंग बैंग. अरे नाइस नाइस. क्या हुआ भाई? आपकी आईडी कैसे बैन हो गई? आपने क्या गंदे काम करे हैं? वो तो चेल्सी में है फोफाना, राइट? यस, मोर फोफानास देन गोल्स. भाई 8.5 year कॉन्ट्रैक्ट से याद है आपको पता है 8 years में 6 managers रह चुके हैं चेल्सी के पास. सो बाय द टाइम मुद्रिक फाइनली एंड्स हिज कॉन्ट्रैक्ट एट चेल्सी, he could have had 6 different managers अगर उसको अब तक मिला होता 8.5 year contract. Fuck sake, man. Going to Chelsea, I think, is a mistake for him unless Potter is back. If Potter is not back, then what can Mudryk do, bhai? बारसा से कोई नहीं आएगा ये विंडो. ट्रू. राइस links appear, I think so as well. Let's get Bowen. Bowen will also not come here. We are linked with Facundo Torres. What are your thoughts? Let's see, man. We were interested in him. I really don't know. I created a full team of Fofanas in FIFA career mode and won a freaking trouble. Fofana FC. Career mode, by the way, with challenges is very interesting. Yeah. I once did a Basque challenge. जिसमें मैंने सिर्फ बास्क प्लेयर साइन किए थे अपने टीम के लिए. वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग चैलेंज, वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग. मेड कॉन्टैक्ट, डू नॉट वांट टू सेल. वही तो 100 मिलियन भाई, 100 मिलियन कौन देगा अब. असेंसियोस फ्री एजेंट इन द समर. डोंट नो मैन, समर तक हमें वेट भी नहीं करना है. ओके. Did you heard about Gary Neville comment about Arsenal finishing? He said Arsenal are not finishing first. He said United will finish second, City will finish first. देखो यार, what Gary Neville believes is of no consequence to me. Gary Neville के belief क्या है वो उसकी मर्जी है. Is this true or not? I don't know. I leave that on to you. Um, because Gary Neville also believed that he could be a manager. So there you have it. You can judge his judgments based on that. But jokes aside, he has his opinions. Some people have their opinions. I think Arsenal finished second. Feels Arsenal United will finish second. जो भी है, दोनों में से कुछ भी हो सकता है mathematically. तो can't say he's wrong or I'm wrong. He won't cost much. Asensio, yeah, bro, I miss you in Drogba's stream after Mudryk deal. There is a lot of fun there. I am happy I wasn't on anybody's stream that day. I was vexed, bhai. I was pissed off. I was pissed off because Chelsea was again doing this, and they have so many issues to fix. Mudryk was the least of those issues, and I was so pissed off. I was so pissed off. It feels so fishy, man, after Mudryk links to Rice, who is a Chelsea target. That's what thing. If Rice was on a radar, we would have already gone for him, not waited for two failed transfers. Yes, Sense will not go taking current situation. By the way, I got timeout. I didn't put timeout, man. Somebody else must have put timeout. तो भाई जिसने भी इसको आदित्य को टाइम आउट दे, प्लीज आइडेंटिफाई योरसेल्फ. Chelsea versus Arsenal will be fun. It won't be fun. We'll decimate them. I know this. Chelsea का अटैक इतना डिसऑर्गेनाइज्ड है. अनलेस दे बाय एन एंटायर हाफ टीम इन दिस ट्रांसफर विंडो, इट विल बी हॉरिबल. दे हैव नोबडी इन द मिडिल भाई. और आपने देख लिया स्पर्स की सबसे बड़ी गलती क्या थी लास्ट गेम में. दे प्लेड विद टू मिडफील्डर्स अगेंस्ट a controlling dynamic fluid midfield of Partey, Xhaka, Odegaard, Partey, Xhaka, Odegaard, राइट. और बीच में जिंचेंको आ जाता था. तो अगर आपका मिडफील्ड नहीं है तो आप आर्सेनल के अगेंस्ट नहीं खेल सकते, विच इज व्हाई यूनाइटेड इज सच अ डिफिकल्ट टेस्ट फॉर अस बिकॉज दे हैव अ वेरी सॉलिड मिडफील्ड. मुद्रिक की इंस्टॉलमेंट चल रही होंगी. मुद्रिक ने 4 क्लब चेंज कर लिए होंगे. हाँ भाई सही बात है. क्या टेटा लॉन्ग टर्म रहेगा आर्सेनल में? 12-15 साल तो बहुत मुश्किल है यार, बट आई थिंक ही विल वांट टू विन एटलीस्ट वन ट्रॉफी. Daksh, is Mudryk eligible to play for Chelsea since he's already played in Shakhtar this season? हाँ, कप टाई वाला आई थिंक उन्होंने निकाल दिया रूल. आई थिंक सो, आई थिंक सो. ले जाओ भाई. हाँ, अरे थैंक यू सादिक भाई. जस्ट सॉ द इंस्टाग्राम नोटिफिकेशन, मैं भी देख लेता हूँ. ठीक है, थैंक यू सो मच. नेविल इज अ हेटर, नोबडी टेक्स हिम सीरियसली. नेविल, पियर्स मॉर्गन, ये सारे लोग ऐसे ही होते दल्ले से. दक्ष भाई टेक मरियानो, विल गिव यू 20 मिलियन टू टेक हिम. यस यस, यही हुई ना बात. Arsenal have very good chance. They can't bottle now, but 2 match against Manchester City will be crucial. देखो यार, ये can't bottle now वाला तो statement I will never agree with. Like I said, United were 8 points ahead of City with 5 games remaining, and City won on the last day. ठीक है, तो हो तो कुछ भी सकता है. Yes, ये हो चुका है. He also said he hopes Arsenal wins. Who said? Oh, Gary Neville said. अच्छा, मैंने जो क्लिप देखा तो उसमें ही said कि यूनाइटेड सेकंड, सिटी फर्स्ट. आई डोंट सी आर्सेनल विनिंग. थैंक्स सो मच भाई देव, बिग फैन. कौन आने का चांस है जैन में? मार्टिनली साका इंजरी होने से ज्यादा दूर नहीं है यार. दे बोथ लुक सो जेडेड एंड ट्रबल्ड मैन. साका आई थिंक स्पर्स से पहली वाली गेम में ही लुक्ड कि ही इज कमिंग ऑफ लिंपिंग एंड एवरीथिंग. सो वही है. बट यूर राइट, कौन आने का चांस है पता नहीं यार. देव एथलेटिक कह रहा था कि हमारे और कोई टारगेट्स नहीं है, बट 13 दिन है, 13 दिन में बहुत कुछ हो सकता है. आप लोगों को अगर यार, deadline day is a huge thing, man. Anything can happen. What did Gary Neville say, old school purist? He said that he thinks City will win the title and United will come second. And I think क्या नाम है इनका, सुयश कह रहे थे कि ही ऑल्सो सेड दैट ही वांट्स आर्सेनल टू विन, बट मैंने वो नहीं सुना। अरे हाँ, मुद्रिक हाईजैक हो गया, हाँ हाँ हाँ, आई वाज मोर कंसिडर्ड अबाउट एनएलडी दैट नाइट देन मुद्रिक। भाई इतना टॉक्सिक एटमोसफेयर हो जाता है इतने टाइम बाद, अगर हम एनएलडी भी हार जाते, then it would all have been Edu out. We've not gotten our things. Thank God हम NLD जीत गए भाई. Thank God हम NLD जीत गए, हमने हिस्ट्री को ब्रेक करा. Because if we had not won that game now, it would be very toxic. Gary Neville Valencia 7-0. That's it. Yes. Gary Neville की बातों पे ध्यान मत दो भाई. I don't believe in transfer rumors. I'm telling you man, this transfer में इतनी मीडिया की यूजेज हुई है ना टू इन्फ्लेट दिस वैल्यू, मुझे नहीं लगता। और अब रिपोर्ट सारी यूक्रेनियन जर्नलिस्ट फील दैट ओवर पे किया है मुड्रिक के लिए और समथिंग। देखो यार, ये ओवर पे शोर पे की बात है तो मैं नहीं सुनता। किसने ओवर पे नहीं किया? कोई दुनिया में कोई बंदा ना 1 मिलियन पाउंड से भी ऊपर की वर्थ का नहीं है एक्चुअली। ठीक है, हम बस एक स्पोर्ट देखते हैं जिसमें एथलीट हैं ये लोग ऑफ कोर्स, बट हम एक स्पोर्ट देखते हैं जिसमें 22 लोग एक बॉल के पीछे 2 नेट्स में मारने की कोशिश करते हैं और फिर उसके ऊपर चिल्लाते हैं, एक दूसरे की टांगे तोड़ देते हैं और क्रिएटिवली बॉल को बस एक नेट में डालते हैं। एट द बेस ऑफ इट दिस इज फुटबॉल। द फैक्ट दैट एनी प्लेयर एनी पर्सन कैन बी वर्थ 100 million एज एन एसेट इज एब्सोल्युटली इनसेन टू मी। डॉक्टर शुड बी वर्थ दिस मच। किसी ने, अच्छा आपने नहीं दिया, पता नहीं किसने दिया भाई टाइम आउट फिर यार, सॉरी सॉरी। एडू वाज इन पोलैंड भाई, आई थिंक दैट वाज रॉन्ग, आई थिंक दैट वाज अ मिसगाइडेड थिंग, दैट वाजंट ट्रू। अगर सब लोग टर्की में थे तो एडू क्या कर रहा था पोलैंड में? आई डोंट थिंक कुछ करने गया था। इन फैक्ट आई डोंट थिंक ही लेफ्ट लंडन। समथिंग अबाउट कमेंट्स हियर बिकॉज माय कमेंट्स error sending. I think if you send too many comments too fast na, then it's probably an issue. Why I can't comment? I don't know, my friend. I don't know, Akrit. Unless you subscribe, you can't comment, and if you subscribe, you have to be subscribed for a few minutes, and then uske baad hi kuch hota hai. But this is not something from my end. I'm so sorry if you haven't commented. If you want to still reach out to me, and if you feel you want to say something, then you can follow me on Insta and Twitter here, and you can just send me, and we can still talk. You and I can still talk. I don't mind. Zinchenko can play midfield. वर्स्ट केस सिनारियो भाई आकर्षण, वर्स्ट केस सिनारियो। लेफ्ट बैक पे इतना बढ़िया खेलता है बंदा, डिफेंसिवली उतना बढ़िया नहीं है, बट प्रीटी मच मिडफील्ड ही खेल रहा है। हु डू यू थिंक विल कम दिस जैन? आई थिंक इट विल बी अ विंगर। आई ऑनेस्टली डोंट नो गाइस, आई ऑनेस्टली डोंट नो। हम किसी के साथ लिंक हुए ही नहीं हैं apart from the two that Chelsea signed. So I really don't know who will come in January. It's a very difficult decision to make. Guys, last 8 minutes of the stream. So if you haven't liked the video, please like the video. मैं peak पे बोलना भूल गया था, 70 लोग देख रहे थे एक point पे. But it'll be great if you guys can like the video. बड़े गंदे टाइम ट्रू ओसीमैन ले आओ या किंग मिंग जे। देखो यार, डिफेंस में हमें नहीं, डिफेंस में हम अगर फ्रेसनेडा ले ले तो टॉमी सेंटर बैक हो जाएगा। How did Akrit? If you can comment now, I can see your comments, but I don't know if there's anything wrong with it. How did Arsenal fans keep their trust after continuous failures? Real Madrid fans should learn from Arsenal fans. I think there's so much pressure at Madrid now that if you are offered the job here, देखो यार सिंपल सी बात है, अगर आपको नौकरी मिलती है एज अ सॉफ्टवेयर या सिक्योरिटी पर्सनल एट TCS, तो आपको डिफरेंट प्रेशर मिलेगा वर्सेस अ गोल्डमैन सैक्स, वर्सेस अ वर्ल्ड बैंक। ठीक है, इन तीनों ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस में डिफरेंट काइंड्स ऑफ प्रेशर्स हैं। एंड वही है यार, रियल मैड्रिड इंस्टीट्यूशन इतना बड़ा है, यू कांट अफोर्ड फेलियर्स, बट yeah, at Arsenal you can, I think, afford some failures. We want to be a big club in the conversation with Madrid as well, but वही है, देखते हैं। ओडेगार्ड वापस दे दो भाई, वो तो नहीं आने वाला भाई, वो तो नहीं आने वाला। अनदर कैलस्ट्रॉम, हाँ बिल्कुल। Hey, yeah, there is an error about my comments. I am so sorry guys, again this is not something from my end. I'm so sorry भाई। एक दिन YGR को बुलाओ, फुल बकचोदी वाला स्ट्रीम करो। I don't think he knows me. Maybe एक दिन जब I'm a little bigger I can call him, तब बात होगी, देखते हैं। But to be honest, I think apart from his वर्जन ऑफ आर्सेनल, हिज अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ आर्सेनल उसके मेरे बीच ज़्यादा कॉमन शायद से कुछ है नहीं, बिकॉज़ ही इज़ अ मैड्रिड फैन इफ आई एम नॉट मिस्टेकन। बट देखते हैं यार, इफ होपफुली वन डे हो जाए तो बढ़िया ही रहेगा। Just want Arsenal to win the league, if not Manchester United. Please don't drop points until we come close to Arsenal. If we don't come close, keep winning. बहुत ही बढ़िया, आपने बहुत ही अच्छी सेटिंग कर लिया भाई आकाश। ऐसे ही होगा, ऐसे ही होगा। आपने बोल दिया, मैं अभी आर्सेनल को फोन करके बोलता हूँ कि भाई आकाश ने मुझे फोन किया है, सॉरी कमेंट किया है, कीप विनिंग until United come close and then soon as United come close, drop points. हाँ हाँ, वी वर ऑल्सो ओवर पेइंग। मैं वही कह रहा हूँ, अगर हम भी पे करते 95 मिलियन, आई वुड हैव स्टिल हैड द सेम एनालिसिस कि कुछ फिशी है इस सारे ट्रांसफर में। वी गॉट Gabriel Jesus and Zini for 80. This market is crazy. Shakhtar wanted the back. भाई we got Odegaard for 35 man. यूट्यूब ग्लिच है आ रहा है बीच बीच में कमेंट्स में। अच्छा अच्छा अच्छा, पहले 100 मिलियन में बेल जैसे प्लेयर्स मिलते थे, अब मुद्रिक को 100 मिल रहे हैं। क्रेजी डूड। बट अब वो टाइम अलग है, ये टाइम अलग है। आई ऑल्सो हैव अ प्रॉब्लम, सो सॉरी। यूट्यूब ग्लिच, एवरीवन फेसिंग इट, मे बी इट्स अ ग्लिच मैन, आई डोंट नो। बिकॉज बीच में आई थिंक सारे कमेंट्स ड्रॉप हो गए थे। मैं सोच रहा था अच्छा अभी तो पूरे ड्यूरेशन में सब इतना बोल रहे थे, अब किसी को कुछ नहीं बोलना। Yeah, I'm facing the same issues even as a moderator. I guess it's something to do with words considered triggering by YouTube. I guess you can change it, maybe, not sure. अच्छा अच्छा, I'll check my studio after this, guys. फिर उसका देखते हैं. I can't see any deals happening, man. That's the thing. We'll be. हाँ, that's the thing, भाई. Sick gaming. We've just not been linked with anybody. I would. मेरे को लग रहा था हम गुंडोगन लेंगे समर में एज अ मिडफील्डर, बट वो उसकी भी इंजरीज ही हैं। अब क्या ही कर सकते भाई। मेरे को एक चीज पता चली, डू यू गाइस रिमेंबर नूरी साहिन? फकिंग नूरी साहिन इज अ मैनेजर नाउ भाई। ओ शिट, आई फेल्ट सो ओल्ड। नूरी साहिन को मैंने देखा जब वो 23 साल का था, देन ही यूज्ड टू प्ले फॉर डॉर्टमुंड। उसके बाद फिर आई थिंक वो लिवरपूल आया था। हाँ, वो लिवरपूल आया था और कागावा यूनाइटेड गया था। व्हाट अ टाइम भाई। How did the transfer market get inflated? I think that was the that was the deal that broke the transfer market. सबको लग रहा था एम्बापे ब्रेक करेगा नेक्स्ट, बट आई थिंक ये मुड्रिक वाला ब्रेक करेगा अब। ट्रॉसार्ड की बात हुई है। शुड वी गो फॉर हिम? आई डोंट थिंक। आई देखो, अगर मैं आर्टेटा होता एट दिस पॉइंट विल गेट एनीवन। ट्रॉसार्ड लेफ्ट विंग खेलता है, सेंटर फॉरवर्ड खेलता है, दो पोजीशन कवर कर लेता है, दैट्स बेटर देन नथिंग। And I think we are a more attractive destination than Spurs. The only thing is he'll not be a starter at us. He could be a starter at Spurs अगर वो स्पेशली सॉन को फेवर आउट कर दें। 60-70 स्टील यार। भाई हमारा तो पीएल सीजन खत्म हो गया। व्हाट्स योर ओपिनियन? अरे हप हप हट, ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता है भाई। सिटी सीजन विल नेवर गेट ओवर बिकॉज यू can always, from now till the end of the season, you could go on without losing a game and nobody will be surprised. Ask anybody. Ask, go to, आप लोग इतने सारे क्रिएटर्स की स्ट्रीम पे जाते हो, आस्क एनीबडी कि भैया और दीदी, whoever you, जिसकी भी स्ट्रीम पे आप गए हो, do you think if City does not drop a single point till the end of the season, will you be surprised? And everyone will say no. Yes, you might lose out in the Champions League. You've lost out in the Carabao. You might even lose the FA Cup, although I don't think so. But I think City ka season will never get over until it's mathematically impossible for them to win. 118 from Mudryk and Felix, but they can't make Enzo. यार देखो, यूनाइटेड रेड्स, द इशू इज 120 मिलियन you'd have to pay upfront. सारा का सारा आपको 120 मिलियन देना पड़ता, जो उतना वो नहीं खर्चना चाहते। ये जो 118 मिलियन है, इट इज स्प्रेड। सो फीलिक्स इज 6 months, सो दैट्स योर 6 months का डेट ओनली। फॉर मुद्रिक आपने उसकी डील 8.5 years के ऊपर स्प्रेड करी, तो एमोटाइजेशन करके उसका एक्चुअली डील इज वर्थ लेस देन 20। लिवरपूल डॉटमंड, यस। ये क्या हो रहा है? एरर, मुझे बैन मिला था इसलिए हो रहा होगा क्योंकि सबके साथ हो रहा है। यार बैन कौन कर रहा है यार? ये कौन मॉड है जो बैन कर रहा है सबको? लिखा आता है कमेंट्स में कि यू वाज गिवन अ टाइम आउट और वाज बैंड बाय दिस पर्सन। मेरे को बताओ, मैं उसको मॉडरेटर से हटा देता हूँ, क्योंकि ऐसा तो मैंने कोई देखा नहीं है कमेंट व्हिच वाज रियली बैड। Zaha, not bad, yeah, but he'll also cost 60 million. as long as we get someone. Dekho, we have the money. That's what I said. We've shown our cards that we have 100 million to spend. Now which club जो पहले 40 मिलियन मांगता हमसे बोलता कि हम 50 में बेचेंगे, everyone will try to get extra money out of us भाई. Will be a good deal now. Diaby is very good, but he won't adapt so fast. हाँ यार, I don't think Trossard is a bad idea. Zaha is a counter-attacking player. नहीं, I don't think so. I think at United he was okay, not the best. Now since United he's very matured, and I think Vieira ke style maybe he plays somewhere really okay. Is he counter-attacking? Yes, he's more counter-attacking, but he's great at his feet यार. And जैसे सादिक भाई ने बोला था, एक आपको वर्टिकल विंगर चाहिए और आपको एक टेक्निकल विंगर चाहिए. तो वही साने नहीं आएगा यार, साने नहीं आएगा. अच्छा यूट्यूब ग्लिच है. अच्छा अच्छा अच्छा, काश हमारे पास भी ऑयल मनी होता. आई आई थिंक नहीं है तो अच्छी बात है. एनीवेज गाइस, आई हैव टू एंड द स्ट्रीम नाउ बिकॉज अब मुझे तैयार होना है एंड आई हैव टू लीव फॉर वर्क सून. विल आई टेक लजानो? नो, आई विल नॉट टेक लजानो. बंदा, आई हैव नॉट सीन हिम प्ले टू मच एंड ही सीम्स वेरी वन डायमेंशनल विद जस्ट द क्या कहते हैं pace. Anyways, I have to leave now because work calls. And thank you so much for joining. If you haven't liked the stream, please like the stream. Great to have another stream. Great to rant about Spurs. Great to rant about the transfer window, about Mudryk, about Chelsea, about our game against United, about United का game जो City के साथ था. United Gnabry homecoming नहीं भाई. Next stream will be a preview between United and Arsenal. Agar usse pehle there is any news on the transfer, I'll make a short video on that. But yeah, one thing I want to ask you guys before I leave. I am thinking of starting a sort of a clips channel. Now, अगर आपने देखा होगा, मैंने एक short डाली है आज, which is from one of our previous lives, where I talk about City and Spurs. Do you want clips from this live to go up as shorts on this channel? Yeah, should I make a separate channel where I just post clips from the lives? What do you think? Do you think this is the best managerial period? Yes. A Europa League winner is managing Wolves. A Europa League winner is managing Aston Villa. I think it's very competitive. Good night, Ruchir bhai. Good night, good night. So yeah, leave it in the comments here if you think I should same channel. Comments में डाल देना if I should keep it on the same channel as shorts, या फिर if I should keep it as a separate channel called A for Arsenal Clips and I just post clips from lives like this so people can discover my content. Anyways, thank you so much for coming and like the video if you haven't, subscribe if you haven't, and as always, we'll see you in the United preview. Come on, you Gunners. Bye.